I was telling Shook to kill the house lights.
It's just these two ones right here, right? You motherfucker.
Yeah, it's getting
Oh,
dry in
jeez.
here.
The other one.
Did you get
Go
shocked?
the other way. Go the other way.
In the winter,
Thank
this
you.
room just gets super,
Nah, it's just Shook. It's his Taco Bell.
staticky.
I flicked the one switch and the second one said, nah, bro. Some of your life is coming with
If you type Revival Motoring into the YouTube, the second thing that comes up is Revival Motoring Discord. So it's probably people trying to get into our Discord, which is not allowed.
That's weird.
Oh, I can see us.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
It's up in the chat room.
I hope they could see us. That's the whole point of this. Fucking Texas E36.
Yeah.
Is Texas E36 in there? I'm trying to pop that chat out real quick.
Ask him if he needs a harness.
There you go.
This episode's
Texas
he-
E36, he needs a
What
harness.
is he running for a motor?
probably an LS.
Something BMW.
I forget what he runs. Maybe it is S52, actually.
Yeah, something BMW.
I don't know. Man could use a harness. Maybe.
Everybody
Find
can
out.
use
Here's going
a
to answer
harness.
us. Who didn't use a harness?
The wires are getting so old now that they're just fatiguing, and you won't even see the break, and it'll just cause
Right,
serious
just-
issues.
Love to see it.
All right, where's my notes?
That happened to Austin's S52. It wasn't the crank sensor. It was the
cam sensor.
cam sensor.
Oh, wait. Are you sure it wasn't the crank? It was in the back
It's
of
the
the
plastic
engine?
one.
They're both plastic, but it was the one in the back of the block towards the firewall.
S50 with
Right above
S54
His doesn't
ITBs.
use that one.
That's what it is.
Oh, he has
Sick.
the front one.
Tim
right,
Connors,
because
what's
that's
going
on,
the
man?
OBD1.
Yeah,
Right.
he's got that crazy right angle plug thing.
Yep.
And that
Sits on the
plastic
valve, the
sleeve.
timing cover.
Yeah, it was like just exploded.
That
and I
happened
was
on
like,
my M3 too.
I was like, bro, look at like it's cracked open.
All
it's
Mark
probably
III
arcing, and
calendar?
I touched it and it went, and it just broke right in half. I'm like,
Dunzo.
Shook, I just sent you far too many links on Discord.
You just sent them links?
Just sent him all my news.
Oh, really? Do we have a private Discord area?
We do,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just kidding. I know we do.
okay.
My favorite Discord area is sporting supplies.
Been
Did you make
popping
it?
off- It's been
Oh, my
popping off in
God.
there.
Oh, man. Latin Locomotive just put up a beautiful one.
Oh my God, Josh, there's so many fucking links.
I'm not going to cover all of it, but
That-
it's there for your choosing
Little
or
de-
for your pleasure.
Little decoration idea?
I just see the word ecstasy in one of them, so that one's getting
I
clicked.
saw that. I
That's
saw
our
that the other day. It was hilarious.
Live, laugh, lay down, suppress a fire. God, I love that section. I like that not many people have figured it out yet either, which is nice.
My wife did call us all out. We are the flannel boys today. We didn't plan this.
I've got one in my backpack. I can put it on if it helps, but
I'll just go drive back 2.5 hours and get
Yeah.
it real quick.
I might have an extra in the car. I always keep those motherfucking flannels on me.
They keep you so warm.
You never know. Good as a coat.
Where's the hat?
Still behind me.
Right there.
What hat?
It's on
cowboy
its,
hat.
It's on it's where it lives.
It's where it lives.
Yeah, it's on it.
In its
Can't touch a bed.
Oh, we are all wearing flannel. That is not cool. I mean, we all look
This is
good.
technically flannel.
Josh, give it a touch.
No, it's definitely not flannel.
No, that's not
material.
flannel.
No, that's dress shirt.
That's
Yeah.
the business.
That's a dress
casual.
shirt.
It's business casual.
Business flannel.
It's business casual.
Yeah, it is.
Flannel.
It's like the mullet of flannel.
Yeah.
Professional on the front.
Everybody
party
knows
in the back.
it's thick boy winter.
the mullet of flannel.
yeah. Business
Well,
up front, party. In the back.
But the thing is, it looks fine in office, but could look good at Texas Roadhouse as
Yeah.
well.
Exactly.
Yeah, when you take your woman out to a fine restaurant called Olive Garden.
Yeah. You want it in the office and in the house.
Unlimited.
I'm gonna go pick my own steak.
Wasn't there a thing with Olive Garden recently?
I don't
Wasn't
know.
there some sort of fight or something?
I mean, I'm sure there's often fights at Olive Garden.
Yeah, inside, I'm sure. Right, just from the personnel alone.
Did the unlimited breadsticks end?
There was something with the breadsticks. I can't remember what it was though.
Yeah, we got sent 96 of them.
Well, there was
Big
that.
shout to Nate.
Whoa.
Somebody delivered.
That's
who
that
was it?
receipt right there.
Yeah, dry.
Nate
Dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sent 96 breadsticks here, and Corey ate a lot of them.
I would have ate a lot of them too. They're good.
I think I'll be at the next one. All right. I was just thinking about it with Corey earlier. I'm going to go see Nate L soon.
Oh, okay.
Nate the Great.
Nate the Great.
Staying at his place.
Yeah.
Out there, you tarring it up.
Utah.
Flannel boys.
Yeah, it's the Flannel Boys. What's going on with everyone in the chat room? How's everybody going?
Shook, can you do me a favor before we get rolling?
Yes, Father.
Oh, that's weird. Can you grab me some, or grab us some fresh water
Yeah, could you have some refreshments?
Is there another bag of it?
I'm a little
on
parched.
the table?
A little parched.
Yeah, right on the side of the fridge on the table. Matter of fact, there's Bud Lights in there.
Yeah, you want one?
Grab me a Bud Light
Better than a
Wow.
water. Better than a water.
and a water. It's just as good.
I think they're both the same. They're going to
They're
hydrate you. either
yeah,
way.
it's
trying to hydrate
exactly
her.
the same.
You're gonna have beer? You're
I'm gonna do beer. One beer.
Do we have to put tape on it so Bud Light doesn't hit you?
No, we're sponsored by Bud Light. Our other podcast is the
Time.
Circle Jerks, the Jerk Circle.
Oh my god! Can you imagine a beer sponsorship for those guys?
Oh my god!
If I had a tequila sponsor, I'd probably die.
Wow,
There's
you
some-
got BL in the glass?
I seen them in there before. I'm like, I don't know whose those are, but I'm taking one.
Yeah.
This right now?
Yeah.
Wow, you haven't done a
twists.
you haven't done a podcast on beer in a
Thank you.
while.
No, it's been years. I figured I started that cowboy path.
Shook, line up about 6 more of those too.
The good thing is there's only like 4
As soon
in
as
there.
you see one halfway down, you need
Wow.
to crack another one.
I haven't drank Bud Light so long. They've changed the entire label. This is completely different.
They
6
change it like
minutes
every
into the Revival
couple
Motor
days.
podcast. Yeah. I have a motor.
We'll be right back.
Woo! There it goes, right down. As soon as it touches your lips, so good.
It's actually not bad.
There we go.
It's not bad.
Classing this place up.
I wouldn't say classing.
No, that's a Miller latte.
The champagne of beers.
Beautiful champagne.
We could drink some Natter
Town of New
Days.
York.
Some Natty Ice.
Natter Days. Have you seen those?
Natter Days, yeah, I've seen those. Mad Dog. Red
Circle
Dog.
Jerks are Bush
Red Dog.
Light boys.
Steel Reserve.
Mad Dog 2020.
Yeah. MD 2020s, baby.
I have to look it up. One of our listeners sent me, because I like sour beers.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And you were talking about the PB&Js,
We were sent that.
the PB&J beer, and I was like, send it. Send
Yeah.
it over, I'll drink
That
it.
sounds delicious.
I mean, Stairs has a fucking
Stairs
ridiculous
is he's a beer man.
beer
Wash
don't
it down
know.
with some milk and
beer
Kahlua.
thing in Discord. They're always posting the
Yeah.
beers.
Is there beers on
our
his
Discord?
on his
Yeah.
side of Discord?
Yeah. Discord beer channel.
I haven't been on his side of Discord.
I don't
I have,
remember.
but I didn't notice the beer.
I'm really just dipping my toe in.
My buddy just texted me. He's like, "Oh, we can see you. Don't pick your nose."
There you go. All right.
There we go.
Thanks, bud.
Been there. You just look at me when you go to pick your nose. Just look over here. I can't see you.
Why are you making eye? Oh,
Oh, right.
Yeah. Topics under the Stairs Discord. General, show us your beer, and bands with illegible logos.
I saw the bands with illegible logos.
Oh boy, I didn't realize I got tagged in this yesterday at 6:42 p.m.
I ignore the Discord hard, not on purpose. I just forget about it, and then I think about something funny, go in the Discord, and then I leave again.
I mean,
There's some sharp-looking beers.
Yeah.
Man, it's been a while since I've had me a Paps.
oh, dude, Star
Paps.
Wars and
Oh,
PBRs,
Paps. That reminds me
dude.
of snowboarding.
Reminds me of throw up.
In motorcycle accidents.
Motorcycle accidents for sure.
Well, there's a story there.
Nope. No, absolutely not.
Some scars too. All right. I'm gonna hit that button. I'm gonna hit that button so we get our backup running. Oh, hold on.
Lake FM Way, car park, kicking off their Cars and Coffee next month with Rack Attack theme. Check it. Okay. What's Rack Attack? What are we rack attacking?
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Just Rax and John Cena?
What exactly is a rack attack?
Good evening, gentlemen. Hello, Lane JPEG. It's good to see you in there. With a Rack Attack theme? Should I know what that is? Shrek, do you have the internet over there? What's Rack Attack?
I can Google it, but I'm not sure I'm gonna like what comes up.
Oh,
Maybe open a private.
yeah. Maybe hide
Rack
that.
Attack Boston. Oh. Carry loads safely, securely, and in style.
Oh, so they have racks on racks on racks?
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I just gonna swap this card for the backup.
I got racks on stuff. Ah, boy. Show up with a rack on your car. Skis, pontoons, bikes, etc. Oh. And that is next month? March? No, man, it's deep in hill season. If I'm going anywhere, I'm going north.
Oh, I thought that was like a tape.
Trying to go see the mountain.
I would have just imagined that you had a Creed tape.
I bet
With arms wide open.
Brett will be there, Mr. Sloan.
Maybe, yeah.
His Porsche has a rack. Canada Aesthetic. Good to see you in there.
All right.
Evening. We're starting off slow. Josh is swapping around some old flashcards over here. Some flash memory.
Backup memory.
You're getting the backup just in case we lose it.
Josh is a big backup guy now.
Big backup guy.
How is that?
What happened?
Just I picked the only full card that I
No, it was the jerk circle. Did it again.
had over there.
Do we have any luck with that hard drive? No. Oh, God.
Oh, really?
I gave the place a budget to try to recover it.
You need more money for the budget?
I would say, yeah. How much more money do we need for the budget?
Did they just CC the entire team and just everyone replied, ha 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 ha?
Yeah.
We'll see what they come back.
I know back in the day when I wrecked a bunch of hard drives, like I get quoted multiple thousands of dollars to fix it.
So my IT guy said the one that or the setup he did cost him about $5,000.
Yeah.
Jesus. Twice.
I'm hoping it's way less than that.
I would imagine it gets easier, but I know they need clean rooms and stuff
So that's
to take the platters out.
like because I could just take it apart, except any speck of dust ruins wherever that
Yeah.
dust lands.
Yeah, you can't just take. Please don't take it apart.
So it's just like
Does that make all our old merch limited edition?
kinda.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. eBay, Revival Motoring Gear.
Any magazine.
Daddy's
No
hitting the
fucking
booze.
way. All the magazines are on there?
Maybe later hitting the shook.
Oh.
Sometimes I wish
not
Daddy
all
would hit
of them.
shook.
Early ones.
That's fucking crazy.
hey, that's crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
A lot of times I ask for it, but it won't happen.
Tim's got our number.
No, Josh has never hit. He's never hit us when he drinks. He just makes us take our shirts off.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No, he's right. He's true.
On that note, I'll sip to that.
Yeah, have a little.
Take your shirt off.
Remind you of the good old times.
The simpler times.
It's refreshing.
We're all trapped in a closet.
Later hitting the shook.
Yeah.
Have you ever listened to Trapped in the Closet?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's unbelievable.
Can you imagine the money that guy was making to put on tracks like that?
Hey, you know what? Totally cool with Spotify, though.
Igor wants to hear about the legal battle.
Totally cool with Spotify.
Right.
Igor, who obviously totally avoided the group text earlier today, but I will review the legal battle.
We'll bring it up.
All right.
All right, I think we're good. Shook,
Yeah.
you good?
Yeah.
Shaun, you all set? You good?
Yeah, I'm all set.
Good. Yeah, let's roll. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Josh Garcia, and this is the Revival Motoring Podcast. As always, I'm joined by Chuck Who
Heyo.
and Corey.si.
Hello. Huh?
Shook's over there tickling the ivories.
Yeehaw.
And in the guest chair, we have Shaun from Chassis Harness to talk about wiring and harness building.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
And everybody out there, this bud's for you.
Yeah, Josh is on. To the listeners out there, we should let them know that Josh is on beer this
A
podcast.
fresh Bud Light.
I think it's been probably about a year since Josh was on beer on the last podcast, which was immediately taken off Spotify.
Always brewed using the choicest hops, best barley, malt, and rice there is.
And
You think so?
We'll let you guess what kind of beer that is.
I literally just said it.
Did you?
Well,
I said,
guess
I
it
said
anyway.
this bud's for you.
Anyone with the goldfish memory of Shook can now guess what beer we're speaking about.
Wait,
Jesus.
isn't it a snake that forgets instantly?
I think
it's a
goldfish
goldfish.
makes it to
Is it
the other end of the
goldfish?
thing.
3
yeah.
to 4 seconds.
Okay.
Pretty
I thought you
solid
said
stuff.
this one is for you. I'm sorry.
That's
No,
okay.
Sorry,
this
guys.
bud's
No,
for you.
it's fine.
No, this bud's for you is just, world famous phrase.
Don't you have headphones?
No.
You don't?
I thought you figured out a way.
I did, but then I put them on, and the way was no longer being
Just
way.
like
I'm trapped in
Jeff
a closet.
Goldblum, life finds a way.
Love finds a way.
Like Jeff Goldblum?
Yeah, from Jurassic Park.
You never seen that?
No.
I would if we weren't live, I'd have you bring it up. There's There's when he goes to see the dinosaurs in the Jurassic Park, and like, there's a dinosaur, and someone made a whole remix of it just
Of
using
just
that.
him.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's wonderful.
Just put Jeff Goldblum laugh. I think in YouTube. You're welcome.
Check that
Hits
out.
the
That'll
spot.
be a callback next week.
Yeah, we'll have to bring that up. Let's see. Before we get rolling, this episode is brought to you by you, everybody out there who listens to us, supports us, buys our merch, all that good stuff. We very, very much appreciate you. Subscribes to the Bucks for the Boys. That truly does help. We have some new stuff in the works, and I'll leave it at that.
Wow, it's brought to you by listeners like you.
Yep. Might have some advertisers soon. A couple up front.
Come on,
1 or 2.
Oh boy,
Yeah. Just that. That's it.
that's all right. I'll get on.
Premier sponsorships.
They'll bail as soon as I read their ad.
No. Long-term commitment is what I'm aiming for.
You're getting contracts.
6 months.
They signed the contract.
Trying.
Oh man, that's a bad idea.
We'll see.
If you're
Trying to
listening-
really lock them in.
You got to cover those T's and P's.
It's cuffing season.
They're trying to thicken us up.
Like a meaty soup. Do we have any?
If you'd like to leave a callback number, press 2.
Actually, I do.
Let's hear it.
This one. So I was driving to work, and I see this thing. I'm like, oh, that's a thing. Oh, my God, it's terribly ugly. And it's green. And I should like it, but it's horrific. The M4, the new M4.
Oh yeah.
Still
Well,
can't do it.
Is it the like hunter greenish?
It's the green. Yeah, it's the green. It was the release, media release green. I've seen the M3 in black, and I didn't dislike it as much as I did this. And it wasn't even like the grill that made me. I was behind it for a while,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and just the proportions.
Yeah. It's a little iffy.
Yeah, I don't know.
But is it going to grow on you like the X7? And then 2 months from now, you're going to be like, you know what? That's not that bad because the new car is so bad.
I don't know.
That's what happened with the X7. I think that's why they did it. Everyone was complaining about how big the grills were. And they're like, oh, yeah?
Wait, do you see this?
I don't know how we can sell these.
Yeah.
We'll make our most popular sports car ugly as sin. And then boom, look at that X7.
Apparently, they're flying off the shelves.
With the M cars?
Yeah,
I think everything is.
yeah.
Everything.
I just, well, of course, when there's only like 5 of them.
Yeah.
And 30 people to buy them.
But
But yeah, that was a quick callback.
I got a little callback. Big shout to my buddy Igor in the chat room. Got his Ariel Atom 3.
Shouts.
Was sharing some images of what's going on with his car. And Sean's a wiring guy.
Saw that voltage meter.
Yeah, look where it's placed though.
What do we got going on here? What is this?
Yeah, that is reading off the positive terminal, which is
They're
grounded.
both grounds.
English engineering at its finest. But no, shouts to Igor. That thing's going to be sweet multiple years from now when you get it running correctly. No,
have me
he's
come over
a
for one day.
he's a very smart guy. Yeah, he's probably going to reach out to you very soon.
It's
We were watching videos of Ariel Adams earlier today.
Oh, insane cars!
Incredible.
I need him to fix that so I can be involved.
Is it the supercharge or which one is it?
It's this one has a K20 Turbo on it.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay, it's a
Yeah.
crazy one.
Yeah, this is a crazy one. Igor's a crazy guy and deserves. He's a very fast man on the track. He comes to our private track days and he
Yeah.
just walks all over people in his S2000. And now that it has probably one of the fastest track cars made. Period.
He woke up and
It's going to be unfair.
he chose violence.
Yeah, he did. He
He
did.
said, "I want my face to melt in the straight."
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's one of the best.
It's going to be piloting that.
He sure is.
What else do we have for callbacks?
What do I got here?
You want me to get another one?
Yeah.
This is an easy one. We've been talking about my battle with the Rhode Island DMV, trying to take my K cars back. And today was supposed to be my hearing with the DMV at the DMV's court. When they rescheduled it, they were supposed to send us a notice when it was rescheduled for, but they gave us the date, which was today at 9 a.m. I had my wonderful lawyer, Rectum Ralph, call yesterday to confirm that we were on, and it seemed that no one at the DMV actually knew that this was happening, which is
That's
amazing.
their job, though.
Yeah,
They're not supposed to know.
no,
You just
they-
give them money.
just exactly, and they never sent written notice whatsoever, which clued us into that. So I was like, well, let's get. And he tried to call him the day before that, and
Right.
no one responded. So I don't know what their plan is now. I guess apparently they're going to reschedule me to April sometime, which is fine.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're just trying to waste my time. I think my lawyer made it kind of clear, like, not everybody knows that I run a business outside of this podcast, but it's an incredible annoyance and waste of time to try to deal with these people on a case that shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
And then have to have court dates canceled in like the most unprofessional way possible. So,
Right. It literally to like a no call, no show.
yeah, and they called back and like it was like 2:00 the day before we're supposed to be there. And he was like, well, I don't know. And I was just like, well, tell him like I have a business to run. So like I'm just reschedule it then if you can't do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're trying to, I don't want to give them any ideas for actually what I think they're trying to do. And they're probably not. But I don't know if they're just trying to wait me out or something. But like, hey, I'm ready to go. It seems pretty, maybe they'll just never respond again. That's the, if you're listening from the Rhode Island DMV, the best thing you can do to save the taxpayers' money, because I literally have an endless budget to fight you, is
With your money.
is to just stop. Don't respond. Let's just call it a draw.
Right.
I drive the cars 100 miles a year.
Right.
What's going to happen when you have to renew the registration?
I was wondering that today.
That's what I didn't want to get into. If that happens, I'm going to take them to court.
Okay.
And
Fair.
it's going to be real court.
Yeah.
So I think the best possible option is to just, hey, sometimes you take an L.
Yeah.
Let's
yeah.
squash the beef.
Yeah. I mean,
No.
if I'm going to be 100% honest, if they want to make these things illegal to register further on, I can see how they could possibly do that, right? But if you want to take the greatest parallel, if you're a sporting supplies man like myself, when they banned assault weapons in Massachusetts, assault-inspired weapons in Massachusetts, they couldn't just take everybody who had it before back from that.
Right. They just set the precedent from
So
that
you just
day
can't
forth.
do it from here on out. So maybe the DMV should take their L on this and just be like, okay, well, we're not going to register them anymore. Here's an actual law, as opposed to not doing that at all. And just being like, well, there's 20 of them. There can't be that many of them
Right.
that got through in whatever. Like, how long am I really going to want to run around in an Acti pickup truck? Like,
Right.
come on.
You use it for
I mean, seriously, I probably put 100 miles on it.
Maybe.
small jaunts.
Yeah.
Go
I
to
just
grab
drive
something
it around.
quick. Right. A couple. Yeah.
And like for the next couple months, I won't even drive it. The mirror's been in the garage for 3 months.
Right. Right.
Like,
This is coming from the same state who like took the loss on the vanity plates and then took it away from everyone.
they took the loss from vanity plates to a guy that like lives down the street from me.
Yeah.
Like how many
fake ass, man?
How many times are the people of Situate, Rhode Island,
Yeah.
gonna stomp all over the Rhode Island DMV?
Seems like a conspiracy.
I'll just keep going.
How deep does this rabbit hole go?
DMV took the ball and went home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a smart thing at this
Yeah.
point to just be like, okay, I don't know why. I mean, at this point, they're not everybody else I know that's been involved in this is obviously I'm in contact with a lot of owners. Nothing has gone any further, so that now they're just singling me out. It's not a good strategy for you guys.
Right.
So,
Right.
hey, I'm here. It's great content.
SaveTheK.com.
SaveTheK.com.
Go check it out.
Unfortunately, a large publication ripped off our shirts, but I guess I shouldn't throw them under the bus. But just look for "Come and Take It" K shirts and see who did it first. Why not? Why not take money from a good cause? You know.
Support.
But anyways,
support the line.
yeah. I mean, I'm happy to go and figure this out. But can you please give me some type of notification,
Right. Anything.
like written,
just-
like people do?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking.
And I think they're starting to realize I'm serious because, like, it's my lawyer calling him. Like, he's handling all the communication on this part.
Right,
It's
this is,
obviously, it's not going to be a problem to have him show up and laugh at you guys
Yeah.
if he's the one calling you to reschedule.
That's what I was thinking. Is like, are they panicking because they have to try to build a case, or are they just inept?
Well, you can't reverse build a case. There's no regulation that says you can't run them. You can't then just be like, well, we just passed that. Well, that's not how that works.
Right. Right.
It's seizure. It's
hence
seizure.
The continuation.
It's
of
in the Constitution.
just prolong it.
That's why I sell pocket
You
constitutions
get SaveTheK.com.
Yes, again. Yes. Save the K.
that I lose money on. It's
Those
in the
were
Constitution.
Those were a hit over the summer.
Oh, I love it.
definitely were.
Everybody-
Had a lot of fun with Save the
everybody
K. I'm still going to update it, but there's just no updates, and I'm not going to publish funny things about this, like because I am quoted. Some automotive outfit. Who was it?
The Drive.
The Drive quoted me.
Was it? No, it was
it
Jalopnik.
wasn't. It wasn't.
No, it was
Jalopnik either.
Jalopnik. It was
Haggerty.
maybe it's Haggerty,
Yeah.
about the Rhode Island fight, and someone quoted me from the podcast saying, "You're gonna need a fucking wrecking ball to come take this plate from me." And like, I'm not trying to really put that out there. It's obviously a Wolf of Wall Street quote,
Right.
but nonetheless, like, I just want to get this figured out. I'm a reasonable person. I don't know why you're gonna fuck around.
You're trying to be reasonable.
I'm totally if they were just like, you know what, the K truck, maybe don't drive on the highway. I'd be like, well, no, but I appreciate you saying that. It goes 70
I appreciate
miles.
the rebuttal.
I'll
It goes
heed
70 miles
your
an hour.
suggestion.
The highest speed limit in the state's 65.
Again, and again, we've covered this.
Yeah, it's just endless. So I thought this was going to be a conclusion, or at least a funny thing, until I have to go to real court,
Right, and it's-
where we'll just steamroll them. But no,
can't even get to
once
that
again, I mean, they're not going to drive till April anyway, so I don't care.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, I'm sorry, guys, that we're looking forward to it. I know Igor's one of those guys, but more to come. I'm not going to buy any more K cars. There's none that really appeal. Plus, I mean, to be honest, the biggest argument in this whole thing is, right, if it was illegal to register them or impossible to register them in Rhode Island, I would have never bought them.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not like I'm importing a R34 GTR before they're legal. Like, I could do that.
There's nothing.
But I know I'm going to get ramrodded.
Right. There was nothing illegal about
So
everything was all on the up.
The car's been registered for 3 years.
Yeah.
So, like, if I knew that I couldn't register them, I wouldn't agree with it, but I wouldn't be dumb enough to then buy the thing and try to register it.
Right.
I just wouldn't have done it. So, in fact, I spent this money on these things that were perfectly legal to run, and then 3 years after one and a year after another, I get a letter that I can't put them on the road. That's the craziest thing I've
doesn't
ever
make
heard in my
any
life.
sense.
Just say no, and I wouldn't have bought them. I don't want more of them.
Right.
Shit, I'll sell them to the DMV. Give me 10 grand each.
Yeah. Just recoup what you're losing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're all yours.
Makes sense.
This
Do
is-
whatever they want with it.
Yeah, for whatever I paid in the sentimental value. So yeah, it's silly. I don't know. That's the real argument. It's just I would have never bought them if there was any published regulation that said you couldn't run them, but
Right.
there's none.
Right. And don't give me the speed argument because that's just not.
Yeah, you can. I mean, I'll take you for a ride in one. We'll go 70
Yeah.
miles an hour.
Or just like, again,
We can go 90 in the mirror.
why target that versus like Tim Connor's mentioned in the chat, or like countless other vehicles that
No, it should be targeting cruise ships.
countless other vehicles.
And what
that
I'm
are
saying is,
air-cooled.
John Stairs is part of the problem.
You know, I've been trying to hold my tongue.
Part of the problem. That
Why
guy.
is he going to cruise?
Let the man
Yep.
enjoy his
He's
vacation.
going on a cruise.
He's going on a cruise.
You know how many emissions? You know how much emissions that puts out? That's crazy.
He's ruining an entire
Earth.
year's worth of driving for us.
The
Exactly.
Earth.
Yeah.
The Earth.
He's ruining it.
The Earth. Just throw all the trash in the sun. I've been telling people it for years. Sun doesn't care.
Batteries in the ocean, trash in
Trash
the sun.
in the sun. Everyone knows.
Moving right along. Do we have any other callbacks?
I do, and I have
Okay.
one a little bit on a lighter note.
Igor, it's info@revivalmotoring.com. Sorry, Corey.
No worries, no worries. That's
This is going to
important.
send me $20 again.
Yeah.
Which, thank you so much for sending us $20.
Kyle W.
Kyle W.
Friend of ours. We get
yeah.
to hang out in Vermont at Wolfsgart. PVW Car of the Year.
Yep.
Well deserved. Bravo,
Yep.
sir.
He got PVW Car of the Year?
Yeah, absolutely incredible.
Wow, what a G. Hold on.
One of the, again, I think you said before, one of the like best cars on the planet.
Yeah.
Just
Also, top-notch bro.
incomprehensible.
He's
Yeah.
a top-notch
Yeah,
bro.
for sure.
Yeah, it wouldn't be as big of a deal if he wasn't as cool of a person.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Just down to earth.
It's
Does it
hard.
to do
Yeah.
it.
So shout out to him. He just like had it up on his Instagram story, like in print.
What a monster.
And I think it had been announced a little while ago, but once it's
Yeah, yeah,
physically in
finally-
print, once it's in
finally
print,
got it.
that's
Shit
what-
is real. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's real.
That locks it up.
No taking it back.
Yeah, no takes you back.
No takes backsies.
Yeah.
So
Wow,
shouts to
that's-
Kyle W.
yeah, he deserves it, man. What a beautiful car.
You got anything else, Josh?
No, that was it for my callbacks immediately.
I got one more.
One more?
You got a long one? Here's a deep thought.
No.
You going to your story, though?
No, I'm going to hold off until we hear back from so-and-so.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They don't listen.
that's true. All right, so anyway.
the
All right,
lady-
let me do one. I got
Yeah.
a truck system victory.
Okay. Ooh, that's an incredible feat for this current, dare I say, climate.
Oh, I think, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. So I got a message from man, Artie Woo Cakes. He says, and I quote, system victory. Took my Passat R-Line to a dealership that had this on the lot. It was a Golf R, current generation, like the one Toby just bought.
Mark 7, yeah.
Online, they had them marked for $26K. Okay, what's wrong with it? So I drove over. I showed up. Sticker on the window says 36K. I'm thinking, okay, dealership trick to get people in the door. Oh, well, this place is blah, blah, blah. You know how it goes. However, as time passes, I realized I think someone actually messed up the pricing of this thing online and put a 2 instead of a 3. I said, honor the online price. Traded the Passat, put down $800, drove away with a Golf R and a 3-year warranty in payments of half what it should be.
That's
That's
insane.
a win.
So he hammered them into honoring the online price, which they must have. It must have been one of the most honest dealerships ever, because I know plenty of dealerships up here that would tell me to go fuck myself.
Yeah, absolutely. In a
Yeah,
heartbeat.
yeah, just like,
They
oh
just
yeah, no,
laugh and
I
be
did
like,
it
this
wrong.
guy walking in right now is going to buy
Get
it.
fucked.
Yeah.
But yeah, good for him, man. Those are badass cars.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's I mean, at 26, it's incredible.
26, you could. I mean, it'd be 150,000 miles. It'd still be a deal.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
shout out to
crazy.
Toby. Toby just picked his up.
Yep.
He was very clear and specific on what he wanted, and he found it, and he got it.
Had to travel 6+ hours away to get it.
Yeah,
He's a clear and specific guy, that Toby.
yeah. And
Clear
I
and
actually
present danger.
gave him a ride to get it. He was getting it fully detailed, coated, the whole 9.
Yeah.
And
Oh wow!
Shouts to Toby. I miss Toby. Congratulations on the vehicle purchase. and
Congratulations.
the closeout of a particular movie that he was working on.
Yep.
Oh
Congrats
yeah,
on that, and congrats on
good film in there, buddy. You
doing
look good.
a second season of a particular TV show that he's working on. So,
Was he the boom mic man in the closet on this one?
Yeah.
what is that called? Best boy.
Best boy.
Best boy.
Best boy. He's our best
Yeah,
boy.
number,
That's for
number
certain.
one gaffer.
No, he's the gaffer. I thought it was Fluffer.
Yeah. Fluffer.
same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Love
same
that
thing.
guy.
My last callback.
Yes.
I always have to ask Shook. Shook, where do we stand on the winter build?
Tell us about your build.
I got to say, it's a pretty clean E36.
Right. Okay.
Pretty
okay.
clean.
All right.
So we've got a little
Seeing it in person.
yin and yang here.
Yeah. Everything's welded shut for the most part. It's 99%.
Watertight.
Negative.
Negative.
I do have those door seals for you. I found them in my basement.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, we're in Oregon Trail when you get to the
When
to
you
the
get
ribbon,
dysentery.
You going fortune?
but after you get dysentery,
Okay.
You're hunting buffalo?
you get to the river, and you got 2 choices. I'm caulking the wagon and floating it. That's where we're going.
Yeah, you're caulking and floating?
So with
Big caulk
everything
guy over there.
is somewhat sealed, I think right
You got
now.
some Flex Seal?
Some Flex Seal. Yep.
Yeah.
Couple
Slap
cans.
it
The
on.
There
slappy
we
stuff
go.
or the canned stuff.
I cut this boat in half. What did I just do? Oh, I got the motor all torn down.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, you showed us
that.
pictures.
Right. You were
Cross
showing.
hatching.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're amazed
heads
that
are
metal
off.
held that long?
Yeah,
Dude, your pulley came right off. You were
Yeah.
just like,
literally.
and it just came off. I've
302,
never seen
baby.
that.
I
Never
literally-
from a crank pulley.
I put a crank pulley puller on it, and the first crank, he just goes, "Yeah, it's moving." I went,
Dude, it like popped right away. I was like, whoa.
"Yeah." I barely put any pressure. I was like, "There's no way," because I was hitting it with a hammer, and it wouldn't move.
Yeah.
So this shit fell right off. Got the heads off. They look like they're in great condition. Like the valve chambers are like crazy clean. The cylinder walls look like fucking Shelby himself
Wow.
built those goddamn things.
As long as you keep oil in those 302s, man, they will just keep on keeping on. I used to rev mine out in my Fox body to over 7. It was like 7,200. I had a
Oh,
pill for it.
talking about a man of the people.
Dude, people were like,
Hell yeah.
Your valve springs are only good for like 63, 6,400 RPMs. And I'm like,
Not what I see.
73, 74. I was like, no, I put a piston through the head. Like, the piston like ejected from the bottom of the engine
Yeah.
went through the head. And I was racing a like, this was back in like 2004, and it was like a hopped up STI. This thing had some serious work, like a front mount intercooler or whatever. And so,
Not hooked up.
yeah, so like I blew the engine into pieces. It was like all over.
The Subaru or you?
Probably both.
Yeah,
So, like,
Subaru definitely went down.
so I told the kid, I'd be like, all right, I'll be back tomorrow and we'll race again. And the guy was just like, yeah, okay, buddy. Okay, sure. Dude, the next day we like rolled up and the guy's like, "Do you tow that here?" And I fired up the car and I was like, "Let's do this." And he was just like, "Oh no."
That's how it goes. 5 lanes
go,
of fury.
I used to break the tip off the spark plugs and just put them in. You'd get like 1 or 2 runs. Otherwise, like you'd have to pull them out after that. Otherwise, they just like weld to your head. Dude, it was insane.
That's
We used to-
amazing.
Dude, I've pushed those 302s to things that like
I'm running
it's insane.
15W20 molasses in that bad boy.
That's my boy.
That's the best.
The bottom end
Rotella.
literally looks like I got it back from a machine shop. You know when they get like yellow and shit?
Yeah.
It's not.
You all up in that head with a red Scotch Brite right now, giving the old port and polish?
I'm going to port them.
That's
Yes.
that's what it is, red Scotch Brite. Just push the
I'm gonna
valve
port
up.
that, and I've got the stock or the GT40 lower. I'm gonna port that bad bitch. But yeah,
Damn, son.
pretty much JP said drop the shit off whenever. So I got flywheel for him, the heads. I'm gonna have him clean my injectors, so we're in good running.
Make
And
sure
then,
he throws the heads up on the gram. I want to watch him do them.
I would love to. I'd like to be there. I'm gonna see if maybe I could go by when he's doing it and maybe get some footage.
Yeah, we got to take a GoPro.
And he said he's down to come up, but he's got to take a day off. So I'm gonna keep yelling at him.
Take a
till he
whole
does.
day off of work?
Yeah,
For real?
because he works.
Actually,
at
he
night.
works late. Yeah.
All right. Okay,
So-
whatever. Yeah.
Business
have 'em.
owners work all day, every day. From like the second you wake up until the moment you close your eyes, you're working. Like there's no exception.
Does he own the business?
No.
Okay.
Well, he does side work. I think so. He's just
That's getting that money. Good for him.
hustle
That's
and
great.
flow.
Got to get this side work.
And other than that, I mean, shout to Phil Can.
Philly
Can.
can.
Shouts to Phil Can.
Big Phil,
Four-door
four-door Phil.
Yeah.
I was like, because we're
Speaking
right
of
around the
Subarus.
same spot. He had his motor all torn apart, and
Yeah.
he had just cleaned the piston heads, and I'm like, well, I might as well do
You're
that.
probably not in the same spot now. Phil's probably got that motor in and driving
He's
around.
literally doing a burnout right this second, I bet.
Yeah.
So he sent me what he used to clean them.
I didn't know Phil had a 302.
He's got like the dad of the 302. You know?
the dad of the
Got the little
302s.
grandson.
351?
Yeah. No, he's got an LS.
Oh, all right. Very cool.
It's like a brother from another.
There's
mother.
old one of the
Yeah.
cams in there.
Yeah.
Little rods of the push.
He sent me some cool tool that you use to scrape like old fucking shitty ass shit off your mating surfaces.
Oh yeah, razor blade.
No,
That's what I was thinking.
it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
really?
that is cool.
Extension handle. It's like a foot long handle. You're just like.
It is on an extension handle, but it's like a
Yup.
carbide scraper.
Oh really? Now Phil knows all the stuff.
So what? Like the blade doesn't change?
It's
just
so
like you
weird.
just
It's
clean
like
it off?
it's a square, but it says that it's like super fucking sharp and it's made specifically for mating surfaces.
That's cool. Every once in a while, a razor blade will go like off level and like dig
Dig
little
into
bit.
the
You gotta
aluminum.
be like super careful when you're getting aggressive.
Dump that compression a little.
yeah. So he was like, "Yeah, just
For
get
boost.
this," and like you just fucking
Send it.
Little escape hatch for the boost.
So where are we at next? What, you still gonna get the cage done?
So literally, once all this motor shit, I mean, now that it's all pulled apart, it can go wherever. I
You
don't
doing the
give a
cage
fuck.
now that you learn how to weld?
I'm not doing shit.
Nope.
Welding.
Norway Nils.
Norway
Shout out to
Nils.
Norway
Alright.
Nils. Nils is doing the cage.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
So I'm gonna bring that shit over to Nils probably in the next couple of weeks.
Okay. Very tight.
Nils is the man.
And then, yeah.
I don't know what else. Well, I don't know how that's gonna go because now the exhaust. Like I said, I
Yeah.
might have them do like more cage or
You gonna run the exhaust through the cage?
no. Well, the motor's not in the car to do the
Heated
exhaust.
cage. Everybody knows.
That
Dude,
would
my
be-
LSE36 gets so warm. Like, I'll turn it on, I'll let it idle, just like warm up because I never drive it. And by the time I get in the car, I'm like opening all the windows. I'm already sweating. It's like 30 degrees outside.
Dude, love it.
Yeah, that's gonna be my heat. I think I'm heavily considering just deleting the
Usefulness of the vehicle.
Yep.
Dude, the car gets so hot.
Sorry, Britt. It's gonna be real cold this year.
Layer up, babe.
Yeah.
Didn't you already have?
Yeah, you already had that issue.
We went. I can't remember when the last event was, but I scraped ice off the windshield, and I didn't have an ice scraper. I used the fucking, like the gloves that you go snowboarding. It's got the thumb scraper for your,
For your
goggles.
goggles, yep.
I scraped the whole windshield with that.
That had to take forever. Just like,
Took so fucking long. She's like, I hate you. I hate this car. I hate everything about this world.
yo, my girl says the same thing. What's up with that? Like, this car, the money, where's it going? What's that? Why is there an M3 engine on a stand again? Like,
There you go.
just never ends.
Done ya.
I bought her a house, and she's still.
Still bitching. I'm there too, buddy. Now she
The
wants.
house has HVAC.
Now she wants
I
the
love you,
house
man.
up. Now she wants house upgrades. You know.
House mods.
The house isn't fast enough now. We got to put a
Yeah.
supercharger
We're
in.
gonna up this
It's
house.
like my house is tearing ass around the backyard, but
Well-
it's standing still.
It sounds like you're making progress. And that
Yeah,
makes me
some
happy.
progress.
You
yeah,
are.
I'm just, auto handler, man. One thing a day.
So asking you weekly keeps you
Keeps
moving
you
along.
level.
Keeps me, it ain't much, but it's honest work.
Yeah,
You know,
there you
keeps
go.
me honest.
There it is.
Keeps them honest. Let's see. You want to get into the B for B?
Right on.
B for B. No deep thoughts.
B for B. Do you have deep thoughts?
Nope, B for B.
I'm thinking. I don't think so.
I don't have any.
I keep seeing. I just to reaffirm a point, and make every podcast since they were released. I keep seeing soft top Broncos.
Yeah.
I don't know how people would buy that. I love
Hey,
the
buddy,
Bronco.
I hear ya.
The soft top looks like somebody just put a fucking
Oh, yeah, are we
tarp
gonna-
on it.
Can we get into that story?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
Okay.
there was
Especially you pay all the goddamn money for it.
yeah. So there was a list that came out of supposed dealers that would be charging market adjustments on Broncos.
That would not be charging.
Would
market.
not be charging.
You can
market
call them
adjustments.
up, get the straight shit from Ford.
Straight shooters.
I remember
from what
Ford
you
had a
heard.
problem with that. They were like, no, none
Oh,
of this.
they have a
Oh, they have a
bigger
major
problem.
issue.
issue
Well,
isn't
Ford,
the
yeah,
word.
has,
One of these dealerships happened to be a local dealership to me, so I stumble upon their website. I see there's a Bronco on the website. It's a 2-door. I've chirped about how I like the 2-doors on here, even though it would be a terrible decision. But
right,
2-door,
right.
Big Ben package, manual transmission. I'm like, who the fuck wants this thing? I do.
Is it?
I do.
Is it? Oh, you want that one? I should. Oh, anyways, we get into that later.
Allegedly, it's sold.
Oh, well, it's probably not. But anyway,
Yeah, allegedly, it's
That's
sold.
just so you. up
How's
your
it
price.
listed
You're like, I'll pay
online?
more.
What's up?
how's it listed online?
45
So that's MSRP.
MSRP. Yeah.
This Ford can check that.
Because I could just kind of build something similar online and see.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know, if Daddy Ford's looking down the barrel,
Yeah.
he can see. Oh, these guys
could.
charging MSRP.
So I do the little talk to me now thing, whatever. Woman calls me.
The talk to me, Daddy link.
Yeah, talk to me, daddy link. Woman calls me. And
to me,
we're going
daddy.
back and forth. And she asks, like, what particular one I'm interested in. I give her the little stock number. It's on the website. She's like, oh, yeah, I see it right here. She's like, oh, unfortunately, like that one's sold. I was like, I mean, it says,
Actually, it's a demo.
It's
The
right
owner's
here.
daughter drove it very lightly.
yeah. But
Only
either way-
3,000 miles?
Either way, I'm in. So we go back and forth a little bit. And I was like, okay, well, what's the deal with these cars anyway? She's like, well, I'll send you a link, and that'll be the ones that we actually have in inventory. And then, like, you can continuously check back on our website, and there's all the ones that are coming in. Okay, that's fine. And I said, so what's the deal? Like, the ones that are listed there, like, can I come down and, like, purchase those? Like, what's the deal with the pricing? Like, I know the hot topic right now is, you know, market adjustment. She's like, well, just so you know, like,
what's for sale?
every one that leaves is subject to a $15,000 to $20,000 market adjustment depending on the package.
I would just go buy a couple E36s.
Yeah. So I was like,
One of them's
well-
gonna run.
So I just started laughing. I was
One of
like,
them's
well,
gonna be
okay,
fine.
well, we don't need to go much further. Like,
Yeah.
that's not my
Yeah.
kind of thing. So she's okay. No, I understand. Whatever. We part ways. I get an email from her like a day later. Hey, just so you know, like this inventory is going to be coming in. So I call her back. Lovely little woman. Hey, what's the deal with these market adjustments? Like, whenever you're ready to sell with MSRP, like we
I
can
got the
figure
bread,
something
yeah.
out. She's like, oh no, like this is where we have to stand on these. This is the ones we're moving. It's okay. So that's where we're at. It is what it is.
I got a little connection down on that deal that I called.
We'll see. We'll
I
see.
was-
One of my
but
paisans over
you,
there.
You made a comment that just saying, like, you're gonna give me the crooked pricing or like?
Oh, he did. Yeah.
That-
It's just
it's
like,
just-
Oh, I called my boy down on the deal, some of my paisans over there, and I was
Yeah.
like, listen, are you guys getting criminal money for these things? I think we are. Well, can we get
You'll
one?
know
they
it, bud.
definitely are.
Can
yeah.
we get one not criminal money? I don't know. See what I can do. I'll call you back. So the next podcast, we should know, or he just won't call me back at all. But he calls
not
me.
getting a
Actually,
call
he's
back.
called me back before.
Like, Corey,
But no, I mean, I get it. It is. What's up?
that's a place that literally is listed as a place that will not do a markup, but
Correct.
they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
So why didn't you just lay the fucking
Because
Daddy
it's
Ford wiener
it's
on
not that important to me. Like it was more of like
Podcast
if I
topic.
can that for sure, first and foremost. But if I could achieve purchasing one MSRP, like I know that it's a no lose situation for me. So I could buy it, use it, and especially with the news that be coming up.
Make more money or sell it for exactly the same money. You could drive
Yeah.
for free.
I'm just curious what they would say if you were like,
It's the same reason why I tried buying that Tacoma. Like Tacoma's definitely not the first vehicle on my list of things to own. But if you can achieve buying one from MSRP and you drive it for a year, and especially, I mean,
No, it's an LX 470. Everybody knows.
yeah, use your money quick.
That's
Yeah.
a deep thought.
Yeah, but if
there you go.
Deep thought. LX 470 boner jams.
What year though? What year?
I think they only made one season.
Really? Shook, hit me.
It went 570 after that.
I'm gonna Babe Ruth this every time.
Hey, if anybody out there knows someone that wants to trade a CRV for an LX 470, it's about an equal vehicle.
I think so.
Yeah, that seems legit.
Let's do this. My CRV's light on the mods. Just go to pictures.
Light on the mods,
Please
heavy
go
on
to
the
pictures.
stereo.
Yeah, heavy.
Su-
The stereo don't come with it.
Super heavy on the catalytic converter protection.
Dude, LX 470. Yeah, give me the old man tan. Let me put eyes on this.
My buddy just sold his white one.
Oh, did he really? White one's the best one.
I had to pop all 4 tires off the rim so we could like goob up the tires so they hold air.
That's the one I want. Yeah, dude, LX 470. You put a little beef on them. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to drive it
That
totally
looks
stock.
sweet. That looks real sweet.
That
you're
does
gonna,
look
you're gonna
cool.
camp up above? Is that
Dude,
little, like,
yeah,
tent?
I'm going to move there. For the price these things are going for now, I've seen them for like $12,000.
Yeah, he got 10, and it wasn't like very,
I probably would have given him 10 grand. Doesn't matter how bad it is.
Dude, the guy showed up from Maine. He was just
The
like,
fucking Mainers.
yeah, he's just like, I'm on my way. Hold
Go.
up.
Yeah. Click that one there. Even the one above it. I mean, that's a fresh looking little.
I'm
wheel,
down
It
with the
is.
thickness.
right?
So the GX 470 is, as far as I can tell, the same car but half price. I think it's
Same size.
Is it the same engine though? It's
I
got the 2 UZ.
I think it's the UZ, the 1 UZ, but I think the give me a GX 470.
Where we got?
You just type it into the search.
Oh, okay. I thought it was there.
Yeah. Just.
Stick with him, kid.
Yeah.
I thought there was one there. No, this is wildly more disgusting.
Yeah, never mind. That's not as cool. I'm out on the GX.
That looks like the Toyota. What do you call it?
RAV4.
It looks like the Toyota.
Yeah, no, LX only. LX is a Land Rover.
Yeah. This tight little car.
Yeah.
Look at this thing going down a fucking rock. I'd never do that. I think Double D hit me up. You remember the last time I talked about how I'm going to buy a Bronco Raptor and never
Oh, he
off-road
did.
it?
He was angry with you.
He was like, "Oh, you're gonna be doing yourself a disservice." No, I'm not.
Are you sure that's a rock? That looks like a road in Providence.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? That's the Pawtucket problem.
I'm going to be servicing myself so nicely.
Yeah, I'll be fully serviced in that thing. Nonetheless, that thing is sick.
Yeah.
They're wicked. They used to be cheap. We get to wait for the whole market to fall apart when we can buy whatever we want. And sheep to pump. I need a little sheep pump, boys.
Yeah, that sheep needs to
Really needs to bring me up.
needs to gain some legs, if you will.
You want to do your revival stock moment?
We can do that. Sheep was up,
And that's your revival stock moment.
and now it's back down. I'll do the message for. Actually, no, I'll save that for obviously the B3.
See, Igor told me this before. GX is the play. It's a Land Rover chassis without the price. I don't think so. It's ugly as shit. Shook, you get the GX, you just type it into Google.
GX 470.
GX 470, it looked totally different, didn't it? It looked like a Honda CRV.
It was stubbier.
Yeah, let me put eyes on this thing. Also, if you actually know what you're talking about, because none of us are truck people, feel free to let me know. Yeah, it looks a little lumpy.
A little stubby.
Also, I don't want to go off road, which is the big thing.
You want a pavement warrior?
I just want
Parking
to
lot
drive to the
warrior?
mountain in it, put snow tires
Pull
on
up,
it.
Pull up
Yeah,
to the ski resort.
yeah,
Check me
exactly.
out.
Pull up to the resort, all my shit in the back. Maybe put some kids in there. My kids. Because you don't know, I have some. How old are the kids?
4th grade?
Shouts to
Yeah,
Shane
shouts to
Gillis.
Shane Gillis. Watch that special if
My
you didn't.
God.
Maybe you think we're less weird. I mean, I'm
more.
not against the GX, but I wouldn't buy it.
I mean, that one's catching some pretty sweet air.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah. Anyways, that's our totally all over the place deep
I
thought.
don't know. Does that look photoshopped? Because look
That-
at where the shade is.
Yeah, that looks shopped. I can tell by the
That's-
pixels.
a very
like the
square
pixels,
shade.
Yeah.
I can tell by the pixels.
your
Look at this.
face
This is
jump
more
out
like
of
this is
here.
more like how I'd be. Just like big tires, no effort at all.
Yeah, that
looks
looks pretty
sweet.
good. I don't
You know,
mind
maybe
that.
a little leveling kit or something.
That's pretty beef. Yeah, but go back to LX. We're gonna look at this one more time.
Shook. Use the Google LX 470.
Yeah, go ahead and type it in the top there.
Perhaps you want to open 2 tabs.
It's just tougher though. It's longer. You know what I liked?
Long hood.
I like the.
I'm sorry.
It's
what
boxier.
Did you just say what was that?
Longer.
Oh,
That's his
okay.
Boston accent.
Yeah.
You know what I liked? I liked the thought of the what's the thunder the Thunderer from Down Under SUV.
The Ute?
The U.
Oh, Windows is going to update me right
Holden,
No, it's
Holden?
no,
No,
it's the Toyota. What's Toyota's big SUV that's not the Land Rover?
The Forerunner? That's not
No,
the
bigger
the
than the
Cruiser,
4Runner.
the Cruiser, Land Cruiser,
Sequoia.
Sequoia.
Yeah, but bring up pictures of Sequoia. It's just like the bubbliest looking thing on earth.
Yeah.
No, isn't that what Garrett has?
Yeah, I know his looks great. They
got
photograph bad.
Older generation.
Oh, maybe that's it.
I think there's a U in there.
Oh wow, yeah,
Look how terrible that. It looks like
yeah.
a
that
Durango.
That 2020 looks pretty
Wow.
good.
I don't think this is what Garrett has. His looks
No.
It
wildly
is. Dude, like
different.
2004.
Is
Let's
that
go
where
2004.
BMW got their grill idea?
Yeah, like let's make it real
I think
big.
Garrett has this one.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
looks a little better, but it still doesn't
See,
look
that
as
looks
tough.
cool.
It looks cool, but not as tough.
Dude, it just needs a little lift, big tires, maybe some like some
Just go
LED lights.
head up there and
So-
put like 2003
So what's the
Land Rover.
What's the CRV not tough enough?
Dude, a CRV
No, this is the
lifted
problem.
turbo.
Yeah, dude.
not What?
What is happening right now?
Where did you?
Google 2003 Land
Yeah,
Rover?
no, maybe it's got to be newer.
We just went out of my price range.
Put Toyota.
Yeah, I don't know how we got to Land Rover.
Oh, Land Cruiser. Sorry.
Because
I was like, what
Chuck
the fuck's a
said
Land Rover?
And he just read the teleprompter.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So that's the jam
Yeah,
right there.
yeah,
for
that
me.
looks pretty good.
Look at this guy. Woo.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I have a CRV that I'm in love with, but every time I get in love with something, I'm like, what can I get that's better than this?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna keep the CRV. But anyways, that is a totally off the rails deep thought.
Yep.
So
Bucks for
Right
the
on.
boys.
what's Bucks for the Boys, you ask? Well, Bucks for the Boys is how we monetize this little baby of a podcast where we have 30-minute asides about Lexus models. All we ask, it's kind of a value for value method. We ask people listening to think to themselves, have a little sit and be like, hey, what's this worth to me? Is it worth the price of a large coffee a month? Is it worth $10? Is it worth 15 cents? Anyway, you can decide that. Go to revivalmotoring.com/B4B and sign up for our sustaining donors plan, which kind of helps us keep the lights on in the studio that is full of lights.
Sustain the earth, sustain the boys.
Yeah, and we'll shut down cruises.
Yep. It's better. All these digital transactions
Yeah,
are better
absolutely.
than,
But it's how we keep going, and I think you'll find by our calculations you don't really need to donate that much. But do you want to send a silly message? Would you like us to read it on air? Just send a little PayPal thing over to your boys at info@revivalmotoring.com. We'll read exactly what you say. You want to call someone out for never donating $1 for the boys and leaving your boys up shit creek without the ability to pay an electrical bill? Go ahead and let us know.
Risky biscuits.
Risky biscuits. Also, it's value for value. So if you don't have some money or you don't think our podcast is worth anything, which most of you don't, you could go ahead and hop on the Instagrams and tell us about a truck system victory. Tell us about some news. Tell us that we don't know anything about Lexus SUVs and we just want ones that get a very
'Cause they
cheap,
look great.
very cheap Honda SUV.
Yep.
Also, make us maybe a silly Photoshop. Send us a picture.
I like that a lot.
What, a
picture?
silly Photoshop?
Give us your skills. Show us your skills. Give
Yeah,
us
anything
Photoshop.
that helps us
The
produce
worse, the better.
Yeah.
produce the podcast and have fun with it.
Literally anything you want that we can show on YouTube.
Yeah,
The one with me and the crabs was
perfect.
What?
Very fitting.
the perfect amount of shittiness and the perfect amount of goodness.
Throw that up there.
And most importantly,
I don't know if I can.
what helps us a ton is to tell people about the podcast
Yeah.
and just get them to listen.
Yeah.
Actually, it doesn't help us that much because if then they don't donate, we're still fucked. But nonetheless, we love having listeners listen to us rant about Lexuses.
It helps us in different ways.
So yeah, we have come up with a metric, I believe, which tells us, in fact, how our podcast was the last time it was on.
Absolutely.
We take the number of listens, we take the incredible number of dollars we've made, we send it to NASA, and we come back with a number that is dollars per listen.
Dollars per listen.
Dollars per listen.
Per listen.
So we are going to see, I believe Corey has gotten the numbers back,
We're moving on up.
what our dollars per listen are this wonderful episode of the Revival Motoring podcast. Jesus, revivalmotoring.com/B4B. Bucks for boys.
I don't think Jesus has anything to do with this.
Butts for butts.
Something tells
I
me
do think he has something to do with the 9 cents a listen we're at, though.
9
9
cents a
cents.
listen?
Last Wednesday, I went home,
$0.09 a listen.
0.09,
Yep.
strong 9.
Wow,
Better
that's
than-
a strong
Went
9.
Better than 0.08.
I asked him for a better week,
Yep. And what'd he say?
0.09.
Sure. He said sure.
0.09.
Sure, kid.
One for the big man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Josh, do we have any messages from our esteemed producer listeners?
We do.
Oh.
From Dan D.
Danny D.
He sent in a donation. He wrote, "Here is $5 each for Josh, Corey, and Shook to berate, belittle, harass, whatever you'd like to call it, Chuck for thinking it's okay to get a Bronco Raptor and not send it off-road.
Oh, 100%.
And he thinks this is perfectly normal thought, ? The fact that he said that on the last episode and everyone was okay with it shook me.
What is wrong with that?
You know what I'm
Yeah,
going
it's
to
a
do,
Bronco-
Mr. D, with
the,
this vehicle? I'm going to get an RTI ramp, and I'm going to go to shows, and I'm
just
just going
park
to
it.
park it on it.
Yeah.
And it will never see dirt. It'll never see dirt.
I mean-
I'll garage park it. It'll never see
It's going to be a
outside.
summer vehicle.
You know what's going to happen when it snows?
Yeah.
I'm going to take the CRV.
You probably make it further, honestly.
Oh, for sure.
Take the CRV on beach days.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, there is no
vehicle-
way this thing's seen off-road.
The vehicle that's built for the sand will never see the sand.
Yeah. Absolutely will never see the sand. If I lived in the middle of the fucking desert, maybe I'd drive it through every now and then.
I mean, majority of the vehicles that are meant for off-road never see.
Don't. Right. How many Jeeps?
Oh, you know what's happened, and it's also a deep thought. And we're going to do it in the middle of this segment, so people actually listen to the segment. I was driving down the highway in the CRV up to the hill, and I got passed by a dude going 110 miles an hour in a G63 AMG. You know what I said to myself? I can see myself in one of those fucking things.
Yeah.
Doing that.
How much could they be?
It's hard not to see yourself in one of those things.
I didn't even look it up. I don't know how much it could be, but nonetheless, that thing was looking thick.
Yeah.
My
Oh,
buddy's
man.
a Mercedes technician, and he says on cold starts it throws a code.
I love it. Classic Mercedes.
Yeah, and then they just bring it back in and buy a new one because they think it's broken.
We have another donation from John
It's
H.
fucking awesome.
Right?
He just writes,
Josh H.
enough with the CRV love, please.
Hey,
No
CRVs
way.
are amazing.
Listen, CRV is great. Got a K24. Don't know the big deal with the Honda K motors. Doesn't even seem fast.
What?
Yep.
The K series is like the 4-cylinder LS.
I don't know, buddy.
It's like,
It is.
yeah.
It's
I've
like,
driven that thing extensively. Not very fast.
I don't know how many times I need to tell
I don't know
Chuck
how many
that
times I
that
tell you guys.
K-Series is the worst
I've
K-Series
I've
of them
driven
all.
this. This is the highest displacement K series you can get your hands on. Driven all over the place. Not very fast. Don't know what the hype's about.
I can confirm, not very fast. However, pleasurable to drive.
Pleasurable to drive. Pleasurable to drive. I should probably check the oil. I don't think I ever have.
they do consume oil.
We had another donation from Simon M.
Simon M.
There are many things in life that aren't certain. Will the mortgage be paid? Or do my parents love me? But one thing that is certain. The boys are there every Thursday morning when I get into the lorry for work. Keep it up, guys.
Oh,
Love
shouts,
from the-
shouts
love
to
from the
Lori.
UK.
Shouts to Lori.
No, I don't think that's what he meant.
Oh,
Keep up the good fight in Canada, my friend.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Is that baby parked right now? I love this guy.
No, UK.
Oh, UK. We'll park it in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
Across the pond.
And we did also receive a donation from Igor.
Oh, I love Igor.
Right on, Igor.
And it was 69.69.
Amazing.
He doesn't
So
care
thank
that
you
we
very
read
much.
it. Igor,
Okay.
thank you so much. Tim Connors has an RTI ramp I can use, so Double D, I'm coming for you.
We'll end it with a podcast review.
Oh, we
perfect.
got a podcast
It's
review.
short, sweet, to the point. It's actually from someone who's actually already left us a review, but they were kind enough to leave us another.
Review number 2.
It is titled 100,
Ooh.
5 stars. It says, you guys are great. Love the show. Keep it up. R.I.P. Chester. And that
R.I.P..
came from Carlito EP3.
Shouts to Carlito.
Shouts. Thank
Fucking
you very
dope
much.
name, man. Carlito's one of the top
hell of a
names.
good name.
Yeah.
Top names.
Good name.
Can you DM us and let us know if you drive an EP3? We're all wondering.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
am.
please let us know.
We'd
Did
love
he
to see it.
respond? I can't remember.
What?
Not to me, but
Maybe not.
I
Maybe
haven't
that was
seen
just we were talking about it last week.
Yo, we want to see
Yeah.
your chicken leg shifter, bro.
Yeah, let me see that chicken leg real quick.
I want to get into the news.
yeah.
Yeah.
The news. Some relevant news here.
Oh, boy.
Ford boss puts the kibosh on unreasonable dealer markups. And to that I say,
No, you didn't.
no, he doesn't.
Mr. Ford, tear down this wall.
I don't, yeah. Also, how is he putting gabosh?
Well, because the dealership you called
Yeah.
will not add a markup on their website so Ford can see it.
Yeah. That's
Can
true.
we report? Is there
it
directions
says
to report them?
call for
guessing-
today's price.
I'm
Today's best
guessing-
price or something
Yeah,
like
but
that.
can we report it to Ford? Daddy Ford? Does he have an email on there?
Henry!
We know his name. Jim
Okay.
Farley
Jim Farley.
That's
doesn't
not Henry.
live down by a river in a van,
Rest in peace.
hopefully. Has made it clear that he is keeping tabs on shops going above and beyond what is reasonable and won't hesitate to levy consequences in the form of reduced vehicle allocations. Great.
not.
Drive the price up
He's
further.
definitely not.
Yeah.
Farley said during an earnings call this week, I'm guessing his numbers aren't that accurate. And this comes from the Drive.
He's trying to push the heat off of himself.
Farley said during an earnings call this week that about 10% of dealer networks have been charging above MSRP.
That's bullshit.
I think
Add a zero
10%
to the
have
end of that.
not.
Yeah, I was going to
actually.
say that's
yeah,
probably back.
don't talk about it, be about it, Mr. Farley.
And he's
This is
not
bullshit.
thrilled.
At
Let's see.
10%?
Yeah.
That's because he's not getting his kick.
So that's what somebody sent me this the other day.
Yeah.
And I
It's
said,
all about
oh,
the
you know
money.
why? Is because Ford's not getting their
He's
fair
not
share
getting
of that
taste,
extra
right,
money.
yeah.
Right.
No taste.
We
Give
have
that
very
envelope.
good knowledge of who they are in their future allocation of product will be directly impacted.
Absolutely not.
We'll get you more as long as you kick it to us. Farley said during the call, I'm picturing him delivering this. Yeah, whatever. They get into the article itself. But yeah, that's, again,
due to our
we're just
market
here to report
research,
it.
one of one Ford dealers we called are adding markups.
On a list that said they weren't adding markups.
Are there more locally on the list, Corey?
You know what's funny is I never actually saw the list. I just heard about the list and that person's name being on the list.
Okay, I'll get the list. You got the list, Josh?
I don't have the list.
Shook, you got the list? Produce the list.
He's making a list.
He's checking it twice.
Are you talking about your
Gotta find
absurdly
out.
large list of links?
No, what are you talking
No,
about?
no. That's on my news.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we're going to pop through that. Are you at this show?
I'm right
Are
here.
you listening?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
What list do you need?
The one we were just talking about.
The list.
Goldfish.
list.
Absolute goldfish. Goldfish.
Yes.
list.
Four dealerships that are not going to put a markup on the Bronco. Type that
yes.
into Google.
Yeah, see if you can find that.
Let's find that list.
While you're trying to find that,
Oof, there it is again.
whilst you're looking for that,
Whilst.
the Lamborghini
Lamborghini.
candle is here.
Candle?
Lamborghini is coming out right out of Milano
Oh, beautiful Milano.
with a candle called Culti.
Culti from
Culti.
Milano, the cookie?
Lamborghini is about to reveal
Nope,
4
bring that
new
down.
cars this year, including its final pure gasoline-powered supercar.
There you go. Down.
Well,
So here's the list that
What
comes
a
from Motor
box.
One. Oh yeah, there's the list.
All right, let's go down to Rhode Island.
I can't see that for damn shit.
Okay, keep going south.
Yeah, keep going down.
Whoa there, Grandpa.
My goodness,
Camelback Ford.
a lot of them in California.
Yeah, you're going that slow. We'll be here all night.
Enhance. That's it.
R.
Oh, there goes.
Oh, there she is.
What? You went to what?
Well, no, it's not.
What are you doing?
It's not in.
Are you aware of the alphabet, sir?
What are you doing?
Yeah, but look, Alabama's at the bottom.
Yeah,
so
it's not.
it's
in
not.
the,
It's
No, it
Just
was.
type-
It was
just
up to a certain
Control F
point.
road.
It's not in alphabetical order.
Keep going.
guys.
I know, just Control F.
hold on,
Type-
hold on. Go
It's
back
not
up a
even
little
in
bit.
alphabetical order. And
Up a
they're
little
gonna-
bit. Nope,
they're
you're
gonna
going
do-
down.
You want me to
That's
go
going
up?
down. I
No,
just want to
going
see
down.
Massachusetts. Massachusetts, go down.
File Reva.
Townsend, First Ford, Acton Ford.
Maybe Rhode Island took the name off. Your search does not bring up a road?
Well, I didn't scroll all the way through because you guys were yelling at me, even though I figured out
It says
that
zero
that's
on
what
zero.
would be
Best.
ordered.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
I'm gonna have to do a Control F again after I scroll through. But
They were probably like, how much money can we get for it? Take us off the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also didn't see Rhode Island on there.
Dicks.
Rhode Island's not. Hey,
Okay.
you know what? Maybe Rhode Island never was.
No, it was because I checked the list at first. There's a
Because you're the one
spreadsheet.
who told me.
There's a spreadsheet from Ford. It says up top. Go up.
Yeah.
Oh, Ford
There's
released.
like a link all the way up.
I'm just going through again to make sure.
Oh,
that Rhode
yeah,
Island's
yeah.
not-
Yeah,
Take your time.
yeah, it's fine. Take your time.
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
it's good.
I will.
Okay.
It's fine.
Bronco.com.
It's
So it says
Yeah.
a spreadsheet
Bronco6g.com. Here we are.
Download this virus.
Yeah.
Enhance.
Here we are. This is the list I saw.
oh, okay. Yeah, a proper
Which is in
spreadsheet.
alphabetical order.
Hold on.
Right.
Let me enhance.
This is definitely just a list of every single dealer in the country.
They've pledged, Corey.
Enhance.
This
well,
is
well, we know how many dealers are on
So-
Rhode Island.
Oh,
so
wait,
we'll see
wait,
if they're
what's
all
in Connecticut? What's in Connecticut? real
Nobody.
quick?
nobody.
asked
We're
about
not
that.
looking for them. We're just trying to confirm Corey's research.
Here we are. We're looking at the L's.
Yeah, this is
the
fun.
M's.
Look at a spreadsheet.
This is going to be great
Awesome.
to listen to.
New Hampshire.
I saw New Hampshire. Love
We're
it.
almost there, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the O's.
Whoa, you skipped to go up.
Right there.
One
Where?
down. Right there. Stop.
2.
Tasca.
Those-
2.
2.
So it has is unknown.
Unknown. You might want to call Ford and let them know.
Dun.
You might want to call Ford direct.
I'm
Mr.
writing them out.
Mr. Farley.
What
I'm
are the
rounding
unknown? Does that mean that we don't know? So
Don't know what they're doing, but now we do.
So Flood says they are not adding markups. What's the code mean?
Flood
No.
doesn't even have inventory.
Sons of bitches.
They've got like an F-150.
That's probably because they're not adding markups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I drive to go get something that's not marked up 10, 15 grand.
So
Yeah,
my-
absolutely, all day.
okay.
How
so
the
I've been a huge Maverick fanboy since they announced it. I'll be in Nevada in 3 weeks. I can't find within 100 miles of Vegas someone that isn't selling one at a markup out there.
really?
Yeah. So I was just like, I have a friend in San Diego. I've been looking there because I'm like, fuck it, why not?
Yeah,
Can't
yeah.
find one. Everywhere.
what a
and-
tangled web we weaved.
My little
Yeah.
bit of news right here. Dare I
what?
open this?
You don't want to hear about the
Here's some
Excuse.
dealerships
I
in
do want to
Nevada.
hear about the candle. You know
goddamn
what? Shame on me.
Lamborghini
I want to hear about this candle.
Lamborghini.
Lamborghini. Scented Candle was born from the automaker's collaboration
Right
with
back into it.
Conti Milano, an Italian brand that specializes in scents and fragrances.
Is Conti Milano?
Conti Milano.
Yep.
In fact, the scented candles are the second child from partnership that first.
Wow, that's
That
weird.
reads
Like,
weird.
really weird.
It does. I'm just looking for what the scent is. That's all I want to see. Like, is it bull?
It's
The Lamborghini Conti Milano
Rocky Mountain oyster scent.
scented candle comes in the square, weighing 7.5 ounces. It's painted white with a matte pearlescent finish. It does come with both Lamborghini and Conti Milano branding.
Is it with both logos painting?
Oh, here we go.
Bronzo Zena's color.
For the scent, we're no experts in fragrances, but Conti Milano describes it as follows.
Poopies.
The scent is the original one, energetic and bold, with a citrus opening of grapefruit and bitter orange that turns into fresh and lively notes when it reaches the heart of vetiver in bergamot.
I wish you didn't even read that.
Finishing
No, still going.
Sounds like a Tropicana commercial.
finishing in an enveloping breath of cedar and sandalwood.
Now, I feel like if we lit this, I'd be like, yeah, it smells like fruit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? To really
smells,
just shit
smells a
on
little
it.
fruity right
Smells
there.
like Sunny D.
Smells like fruit and wood.
This candle smells like a
Someone
candle.
just crack a tang.
Wow, like the ego blower on the right.
Wow. look at that.
Yeah,
Check that out.
yeah,
Yep.
more power, baby.
Yep.
Love to see it. Love
Shouts.
to see it.
Corey, what was your news before my horrific effort on the candle?
The old
segment?
Candle
Ford cuts
podcast.
production of Bronco, F-150, and other major models
Oh boy.
due to the ongoing pressure of the semiconductor shortage. Ford is subjecting a number of its cars to a production halt in Michigan, Illinois, Missouri, and Mexico. It'll affect the Bronco. Not going to help us out. The Ranger, Explorer, Mach-E, F-150, and Lincoln Aviator, which I didn't even know they made anymore.
How am I gonna Mackie?
And its Ford Transit production will be cut in half at its Michigan and Missouri plants.
Oh, I should resell our Transit.
Should. Could be a good time.
Big money.
So this isn't going to help anyway.
No.
No, it's going to get worse.
Yeah. It seems as if they have teams working to maximize production.
Did you see that? Did you see the pictures and videos that came up online? It was called like Mount Bronco. There's like all these Broncos waiting in a lot covered
Yeah.
in ice, waiting for chips.
Probably with water inside of them.
It was endless. Endless.
Yeah.
An endless
Well,
amount of
it's like-
Broncos.
Did you remember seeing it when they did with the F-150s?
Yeah, it was
I don't know.
endless.
No.
Yeah. It
As
was,
far as the eye could see.
as far as a camera could take a photo.
Yeah. Remember when the buffalo used to roam?
Yeah.
It was like that.
I've heard
Except
tales.
with F-150s.
Actually, I just listened to a YouTube thing about some guy who was around in like the. God, this is what I listen to on YouTube now. This is terrible. The early 1800s, and he was like a photographer that did
Yeah.
out west and all that expansion. He's like the amount of buffaloes was just like they had to stop trains,
right, right.
like buffaloes everywhere.
Yeah.
So I get it very much, very close to my heart. The buffalo.
Yeah.
If you're concerned,
Beefalo.
I need you not to worry because President Biden has recognized the crisis.
Come
And
on, man.
And
My fellow Jamaicans.
yeah, my fellow Jamaicans, and wishes to combat the country's reliance on importing semiconductors from Asia. So he's looking to pass a bill for $52 billion.
You mean Jiraco Biden?
for local chip production? So we can be sure that.
Wait. He passes the bill, but
No, he's looking to.
No, he hasn't passed any
But-
bills.
no, no,
but
if
he's
he
gonna
passed-
pass.
if it gets to that point,
Bill
who's going to
Clinton?
manufacture
Nobody.
the semiconductors?
Asia's going to do it for
China.
us.
There's no
Maybe you should
So-
ask China.
It's just not.
China. I walk into China and I say, "What a China!
What a China.
But it's important to know
That's
that
the worst China I've ever saw."
a good number of Congress are keen on the idea.
Oh, good.
They're happy.
So-
Hey, you know, whatever makes them happy these
Yeah,
days.
they should really get into that. Maybe
Yeah.
take some freedoms away while you're in there.
Yeah.
I'm sure when you read into
Hand out some crack pipes.
Yeah,
what's-
exactly.
I'm sure when you read into like what's actually there, is 52 billion.
Right.
Is
Is
gonna
that
go-
52 billion for American chip production?
it's 500,000 for American chip production.
the rest.
Do you say
No,
500,000?
I don't. I'm
How
just,
does it really get this baby spooled up for 20 years from now? We can make our own chips here.
Right.
But-
right.
I'll start tonight.
I mean, the chip production is clearly an issue.
Yes.
Right.
Significant.
It's
So much so Tesla is taking it from their steering ECU to move it somewhere. I forgot there was an article about that today.
Okay.
It's interesting you mentioned that. For my news, is that Subaru is getting rocked. Subaru's the chip crisis is wreaking havoc on Subaru. Western Mass is totally out of new cars. Profits down 66%, output down by 20%, sales by 35%. Rising raw material cost and slumping volume is really hitting them. They downgraded their sales outlook for the year. This is the second time to 740,000 vehicles. So it's not every man in Western Mass.
Yeah.
And I guess the WRX, the new beautiful WRX, isn't going to get it done for them. But yeah, they're not having a lot of luck out there. And those guys have been selling cars like hotcakes for no reason at all for years.
For a long time.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Aren't all Subarus broken?
Yes.
At some
I
point.
just want to confirm.
Yeah. No, they come broke.
They're like off the lot. They're like, oh, yep, that's busted.
That's not good. So, anyways, yeah, they're taking a whack. Interesting. Two of our favorite brands. I came in a little bit of news for you guys about Hyundai and Kia.
Okay. Yep.
They got a little recall issue going on. There are recalls for the 2016 to 18 Hyundai Santa Fe, 2017 to 18 Santa Fe Sport, 19 Santa Fe XL, 14 to 15 Hyundai Tucson, 14 to 16 Kia Sportage, and 16 to 18 Kia 900 sedan. It's not that big of a deal. It's just a faulty hydraulic electric control unit in the ABS that causes the vehicles to catch on fire.
Oh, wow.
No big deal.
They should be parked outside. In their exact words, owners of these vehicles should park their cars outdoors and away from structures until a recall repair is completed. And they even listed the warning signs for you.
Wow.
Warning signs: ABS light, burning or melting smell, smoke coming from the engine compartment, and finally, noticing your vehicle is engulfed in flames. So if you see any of these, you might want to bring it in for a recall.
At least stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may want to stop.
Some of those were interesting models. Is it like worldwide?
It must be. Yeah, Santa Fe Sport, Santa Fe XL. I think those are all American models, aren't they? Can't get the
what's the
XL with the
900?
long boy. Oh, the K900, the Kia K900 was that SUV that I'm sorry, that sedan. They had like some basketball player advertising.
Oh, all right. Yeah, sweet.
Shook, can we get a Kia K900?
Stop all pointing.
Oh, I missed that one.
I told you, we're going to Babe Ruth it every time.
Yeah,
K900?
I like it. Oh, yeah, we didn't get that here, did we?
Yeah, we definitely
Yeah,
do.
we
I know
definitely
somebody
did.
with him who always talks about it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
And I'm going to see him in March. I'm going to ask him if he parks it outside. I mean, it's,
you may not.
it's supposed to be very nice. Look at the inside.
Yeah, you should take it for a drive and just really crank on the brake.
Is that an ABS light? We'll just drive it till it starts smelling. That's how
Yeah.
you turn it off.
Keep pumping up those numbers. You know what? Looks quite comfy inside.
It does.
Does.
Look at that back seat.
This was like their Mercedes Fighter.
Yeah,
That's sweet.
It did wicked good.
I mean, that seat looks very comfortable.
What?
you know,
I wonder what production numbers were for these things.
I don't know. I should have brought that up. I feel bad.
as you're,
It's all right.
you're
We have someone who's supposed to be here each week to do that.
Yeah.
as the vehicle's burning around you, that looks like comfort.
Wait, fit for
Oh,
a
go
king?
down, go down. I saw a basketball person. Up. This guy.
Oh,
Oh, is
Braun.
that LeBron?
Yeah, LeBron's into Kias. He's into
Is he a famous
Hummers.
guy? LeBron?
Yeah.
LeBron James.
He's the second best ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, Larry
Shucks.
Bird beat him every time.
Shucks, MJ.
Shuts to Larry.
Larry's shit talk game
Oh,
undefeated.
Larry's basketball game undefeated.
This is for Corey.
That was a smart run.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna watch the St. Gillis specials. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Rolls-Royce Spirit of Ecstasy gets new look on its 111th birthday.
Can I get the new Rolls-Royce Spirit of Ecstasy?
Smaller, more aerodynamic. The British automaker's updated mascot will adorn the new Spectra
Wait, smaller's better?
and future models.
It's good to hear.
That's the old one, buddy. We need the new
I
one.
put new.
How cool would that be with an LS swap?
Right?
Oh man.
I think Hoonigan
did it.
Yeah,
Hey, but really, I got to look into that.
yeah. I think they just did one.
Hit 'em
That's
up.
is that the new one?
There we go.
here we go.
2 days ago.
Here we are. Let's take a look. Oh yeah.
Classy.
Whoa. What are you doing?
What the
What are you doing?
We've been
Shook.
hacked.
What are you doing?
Here
Go
we
down.
go.
There it is.
Oh, my
there it
God.
is.
So many ads. Wow, look at that.
Look at that.
Magnificent.
Would you just look at it?
It looks like a Balzac from
What'd
the
you-
top.
what'd you
Go
say?
back to the top, please.
It looks like the Honda logo.
It looks like a bit of a scrotum from the top.
The top
Does that
look.
not look like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The little Bavania.
Like an X-ray of a ball
Look at
sack.
it's our boy.
Yeah, it looks to be. Yeah, it looks to be a bit of a scrotum from the top.
Yeah.
Ecstasy, and I looked at it and I said, "That is so much ecstasy."
Oh wow, what a spirit! What ecstasy!
Pumpkins of ecstasy.
Let's see. Oh, another little tidbit. You can now reserve the 2023 Nissan Z in Canada. Meanwhile, the US site isn't showing similar development as of yet.
Don't like to hear that at all. Boys,
It's coming.
you know how we're talking about the new U.S. mail truck and how they might energize them with electrics? Last podcast, maybe, or the one before. Well, I believe they decided to go the cheap route and do the gas one.
Yep.
Yep.
So, the gas mileage they get out of these babies,
Astounding.
Not so
suspect.
good.
It's like $1 per listen.
The new U.S. mail trucks get 12 to 14 miles a gallon with the AC off. When you switch that baby on, you get 8.6 miles a gallon. It's pretty horrible. And it makes me think maybe instead of contracting a tank company to build the vehicle, they should have contracted a vehicle company.
Right. Perhaps somebody who
It's
knows.
an upright brick.
Yeah, built by a tank company. You know, the tank company was like 8.6.
Yeah.
That's huge for us.
That's unbelievable. So, yeah, a lot of people, the ass has been frosted on a bunch of people.
Yeah.
What's interesting to me is that all of the people who kind of bid in on the job,
Yes.
all the vehicles looked almost identical.
Right.
Because obviously there was this very,
Right,
very
proportions.
strict
They're
proportions to go by. And they all had that ultra vertical windshield.
Yeah. Like a car's character.
Yeah, but that can fuck you over. But Jesus, like, our EcoBoost van gets double-digit gas mileage, like, strong. And it's huge.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's poor.
And it's not designed to be economic.
engine
It's just,
management.
yeah.
I was going to say that's
poor.
Yeah, just poor fuel efficiency.
I believe it's called piss poor.
Well, that, I mean, it just so
But-
happens that there's a 10-cylinder diesel in it.
You get
That's
the
why.
government involved, baby. Boom.
Great stuff happens, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's
Always
8.6 miles a
very
gallon.
efficient.
What motors is that?
I don't even fucking know. Some 4-banger.
6-liter LS.
It's a 10-liter
It is
motor.
pretty cool though that they're gonna put AC. And imagine delivering the mail in Florida, like no AC in
Yeah.
these boxes.
Yeah.
Time to step it up.
Yep. For rain,
Step up to the
sleet,
plate.
snow, humidity,
Yeah, they'll go through anything over there, those boys.
sweaty.
Big shots to the mail carriers, not their fault.
Yeah.
Do you think that
They just gotta deal with
the
it.
gas
Yeah.
mileage is so low because they quite literally mat it from fucking?
It's like a constant stopping.
It's just an on switch.
Never
Full stop,
heard a
full go,
mailbox
full stop. It's like a
ever.
police
I've
car.
never heard a mail truck ever take off nicely. It's usually like,
Oh yeah, the throttle isn't a pedal; it's just a switch.
yeah, it's
switch.
A, it's
On,
a,
off.
a cable that they pull.
Yeah, that was designed by like a switch company, a light
Right,
switch company.
right. Another article here, Shook, if you can pull this up. Here's a closer look at how Nissan tunes its new car smell.
Oh, I love the thumbnail on this one. It's literally just a man smelling a
Smelling
seat.
seats. Nissan employees
Get out of here.
New
Get
car
out of
smell.
town.
Nissan employs
There's a
smell
picture-
masters to make sure that you'll love what you smell at first seating.
I think Nissan's got to concentrate on something else.
Perhaps
Is this guy a smell master?
he's a smell master, it seems.
He's writing down all
his
his
smell
notes.
buds from here.
He's like, oh, steering wheel's different than the cushion.
This guy had shawarma. What else we got here? Hint of orange soda.
Love the smell of your new Nissan vehicle? Meet the person responsible for Nissan's global smell standard. This is Ryanosuke.
Look at this. Ryan Suki preparation starts the day before as he needs to avoid eating food with powerful smells such as garlic.
Imagine conning the company into this being a real job.
I mean, this is the kind of shit we have to figure out.
Right.
How
What
can we be these guys? Can we be the automotive smells podcast?
provide solutions to problems they didn't know existed?
Yeah,
Do
exactly.
you think
That's-
Kia should hire him to smell the problem with the
brake pedal?
Workers?
Yeah.
I smell burning.
It smells like your car's about to explode. Can you
I'd
go
pull
south?
over.
Can we see more pictures of this guy smelling stuff?
Yeah,
Is that an
BMW called them
OnlyFans?
in,
Upon
was like,
seating,
everything still smells like crayons.
and while in the same position as a customer,
Go down. Look at this guy.
Ryan checks each and every part of the car. He focuses on the sun visors.
Is that secretly the guy that smells?
No, that's a
Is that
different
his
guy.
other name?
different guy?
Is his pen name? It looks kind of like the smell guy.
Glove box in every part of the car that
Go
opens and
north.
closes as they can trap different odors. It's also important to check each component as materials sometimes vary at the front and at the back.
That was my odor.
We all know how it smells different in the front versus the back. According to Ryan,
I'm not convinced it's not a different. This is not the same guy.
Yeah, his haircut's just different.
It's kind of different, but if he put it up, it would
Imagine
be
he's
him.
writing the article and
Yeah,
getting paid to
exactly.
smell the seats.
This is how he's got this thing going.
He's
That's
cornering the
actually-
market.
That's actually a picture of him writing. The
Yeah, he's
article.
writing the article. So what I do? He's just
Nissan-
trying to get hired by someone else.
Nissan has set a high standard when it comes to its new car smell. If ever the standard is not met, he has to find the origin of that odor and check the info from the supplier and analyze the materials.
Get out of here, really?
In some cases, the material needs to be changed. He may set the global smell standard for Nissan, but it can still vary per region. So they only got one smeller. So your U.S. car can smell
So do they
different
ship
from
this
you.
guy all over the world to smell butts?
This is pre-sale.
Pre-butts.
Pre-sale. Yeah.
There was a video at the top.
Yeah.
There is a video at the
Can
top.
you play the video? We'll just I'll do commentary of it. I'll do the sound effects. There it is. Zip.
Can we just kind of like
Beep.
scan it quick? We don't need.
Yeah,
to
we
see
don't
all-
need to see
Oh, it's
everything.
me, the smell guy.
There's a gentleman
Here I
smelling
am,
a car.
smelling.
The
In writing.
dinosaur from
Whoa, what was going on? Oh, they put a bunch of lights up so we can smell harder?
You
Look
gotta
at this.
see the
He's-
smell.
Dude, so depressed with the smell. Okay, it's not the same guy.
So you could see what he smelled.
Oh my God, what is he smelling?
It looks like he's smelling.
Oh my God.
Huff it, huff it.
I
Now
think
take
that's
it.
the vaccine.
Is that his
that's what
booster?
Oh, yeah, right. It is. Oh,
just
my
do it
God.
real?
This guy just got sensual with the
He,
dash.
he, in a way,
Is it- oh, my. Never
Yeah,
mind.
get
I
in
don't
there,
want this
bud.
job anymore. Whoa.
Whoa, who's this?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
all right, we need to get
Who's
this
this
off the
guy?
screen. I
Who's
can't.
that guy?
I
But I
can't.
want to see him sniff that one thing. One
Yeah.
No, no.
In the glove box?
Oh,
Yeah, look at him.
Oh,
sniff
here
it.
he goes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
wow.
yeah.
I'm done with
Let
you.
me see that shot again.
In a very
almost there.
1970s manner, he sniffed the dash as if, you know,
It was
he was,
classy.
he was storming up the rails.
Yeah, that was something. That's why all those dashes are flat. Look at this little white powder over here.
Oh,
Woo!
gotta try this. Does this
I love
smell?
this job.
Does this smell?
You see that trend where they're putting like sugar in front of the Hellcats, and then there's a video of it like, wow.
Oh, yeah,
And they're,
yeah.
like, they're insinuating that it's something else.
Oh my God, I didn't see that. Let's see some more news.
Yep.
Let's go with. We'll get a little lighthearted here.
Oh, boy. Lighthearted
From the drive. From the drive, full self-driving Tesla nearly hits biker seconds after YouTuber trumpets beta safety testing. I don't know if any of you have seen
What
this
is going
video.
on here? There's too many words in the title.
I'll tell
Just-
you what. If it's trying to hit bikers, I'm not against it.
Oh, it's trying. Oh, matter of fact, scroll down a little bit, and we'll get to a Twitter link.
Let's see
Obviously, I
the
don't
video
think
here.
can
Here we
hear
go.
The audio,
I'll
but
do the sound effects.
yeah, this is a brief viewing. Oh my
Tesla
God.
driving.
All right, it's only 17 seconds.
I mean,
Here we
yeah,
go.
it's really
Let's
short.
move forward. Destroy this biker.
Hammers the gas,
Kill biker.
kills the biker.
Whoa!
Yeah, but
All
was
right, I'm
something
not
on the
about
left?
that. That was not good.
Did something on the left
something
pop out
happen on
to
the left?
make the Tesla? Did someone come out of that corner?
Yeah,
No, I think
go,
that was-
back,
Go
go
back
back a little
further.
more. Go back a little more.
Because it just
Jesus
jumped.
Christ.
That was just a
little bit
parked
more.
car.
Oh, it was a parked car?
Yeah,
No, it's going for
or
the
a
biker.
building.
Well, you know what? And that biker wasn't doing like a normal biker thing where he's in the lane or he's jumping the light.
Yeah.
That guy was just minding the
He was
business.
minding his
See,
own
this
business
is
in a proper bike
how it's
lane.
supposed to be handled.
What's up with this guy? Does that guy have no neck strength? The guy on the right? It's just bobbing all over the
It's
place.
just as if he's a bobblehead. So what we're not going to get into is the audio of that.
Whoa!
video.
There he is. The smell is back.
Smell
The smell is back.
the
This guy's everywhere.
the audio of while these guys are Tesla shills and they're trying to just show how good the self-driving is. So the audio is basically of them going, "Oh shit, we're gonna have to cut that out of the video,"
Oh, that's awesome. Tesla's marketing team.
which is quite good. Matter of fact, he says, "Fuck, are we gonna have to cut that?"
Now,
Yes.
here's my thing. You think it would have stopped?
No.
They would have stopped on him.
That guy was
Well,
dead
yeah,
for
eventually
lights.
it depends.
It might have. I might have slammed him up. We'll never know. They should have just let it
Would've
go.
locked it
for
up.
Science.
You know?
after it hit him. I don't think that thing was stopping.
It jumped. It like
It was-
steering wheel just cranked to the right.
It was it was
why-
it was as if it was premeditated.
Well, I said this before. And like,
That's first degree.
yeah. Full self-driving isn't a thing. So, like,
Oh, so that's in all honesty and seriousness, that's part of the arguments on the Twitters and the social media is
none of that's real.
if I'm responsible as a driver in a non-self-driving car and I can get charged with manslaughter, why can't the person behind the wheel of that car get charged with
Oh my god, the
manslaughter?
people I'd kill if that would work.
Yeah, I mean,
But that's the thing. It's like
Oh, I
there-
didn't do it.
there's
I
some
don't know.
there's some
He was in his yard.
people saying like, no, it's not us, it's up to Tesla. It's just the whole argument. It brings things to light that were never there.
It wasn't me. It was the Tesla. He was in his living room.
Wait till Teslas get smart enough to figure out humans are the problem. Then they're just gonna.
Right, then-
That's the end
right.
of us.
run us all off the road.
Again,
with their robots.
Elon knows
Exactly.
it, but he just can't stop it.
No.
Let's see.
Skynet.
more used car
Neuralink.
news from the drive. These used cars are selling for more than their new sticker prices. This was fascinating. Anybody take a wild guess? The top used car, again, that is currently selling for more than its original MSRP.
I'll tell you what.
Well, Shook's going to show us.
Way
so.
to fucking ruin it, buddy. Jesus Christ.
I didn't show it.
You're
Here
showing
it
it
is.
right now.
Literally showing it.
Most people listen. I'll
Well,
tell you what.
we talked about that.
Quick aside, I was looking up. I was looking for a Lexus LXs because I'm an idiot. So I went to my BMW dealership who gets trade-ins and looked up like their cars sort of at high to low.
Yep.
And there was an X3M, literally exact same spec as mine, more miles than mine, for more than MSRP. And I was like, I could get rid of this thing right away.
Yeah, just unload.
I could
Yeah.
make all the money.
You could make money on that thing. Actually,
trade it on
yeah.
leasing.
Yeah, that's true. So top car.
Top car.
Or the top used car that's getting more, and how much more we'll get into, than its original MSRP is the Mercedes-Benz G-Class. It's getting nearly 36% more than it was originally sold
I told
for.
you guys.
Oh, right, because it's a new one now.
Brendan
there's no
Shaw's
more.
wife had one, and it's like her dream. This was her dream vehicle. He got it for her.
Yeah.
And then one day she came home, and it was gone. And that's where it was. And he says, I sold it. And she got all bent out of shape. And he's like, no, you don't understand how much I sold it for.
Yeah.
And she didn't believe him.
Yeah.
I honestly, 30% more, not worth the fucking headlight catch for that.
gotta find another
$62,000 basically over original MSRP.
Whoa.
Okay, so his
I'm going to find one right now.
his terms are a little more unrealistic because he lives in pretty much he lives in LA.
Yep.
So it was $100,000 over.
Which is insane.
$100,000 over?
$100,000 over what he paid
Yeah.
new for it.
Baby getting a
Insane.
Rari.
He got a Rari.
Some other cars on
Yeah.
that list, Chevy Corvette, which is about 20% over,
Yeah.
averaging, let's say, $17,000 over. Tesla Model 3, Ford Bronco Sport, which is surprising. 'cause it's
Wow,
not the
that's
actual Bronco.
terrible.
Chevy Trailblazer, Toyota RAV4, Chevy Suburban,
Hold on.
Toyota Tacoma.
Oh. They still make a Kia Rio?
Yeah.
What it should do.
So
That's the wrong list, Shook. Go up.
there
There you go.
There we go.
we are. So Jesse, who listens to the podcast, his Model Y, he came and hung out with us in Vermont. He unloaded his Model Y, if I'm not mistaken, for more than he paid for it, used, and then jumped on a wait list for a Model 3. Got that the Model 3 at MSRP, and I think is already scouring how to let go of that for more. Yeah.
The next move.
So he's making money. I mean, he's got a work vehicle, I believe,
Yep.
that he just used.
I
So,
should order a new car and
Sell
just
it.
get rid of mine
yeah.
The
as
problem
soon
is-
as it comes in
Oh, yeah.
and just be like, just take the money. I
Yeah.
mean, he can have it for a couple months.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that on my calendar for tomorrow.
Let's see. Another list to look at is top. Again, these lists come from the Drive, which comes from IC Cars, I believe. So these are top 15 new cars more expensive than used. Wait, no. That doesn't make any sense.
Calendar,
The opposite end of the market.
order new BMW
The
on
15,
Friday.
the 15 cars with the most depreciation over the same period of time.
There we go.
That's what I was looking for.
There's our Land Rover Discovery.
Top one being the Ford Mustang. Instantly lose about 20%.
Oh, love it.
The BMW 7 Series was the leader of all leaders. It's the traditional
Dude.
depreciation king.
I love that.
Which loses a smaller margin of its value, but more than double a
You can
total
buy
dollar amount.
A year-old 7 Series for like 50% of the cost. It's unbelievable.
It's the only one. Yeah, I really wasn't surprised by any of these. It makes sense.
Nissan Armada, I'm surprised anyone buys those. They're just the biggest, ugliest things on earth.
Mitsubishi Outlander. We've looked
you.
at those.
Nissan Leaf, didn't know that was still a thing.
Neither did I. Discovery Sport.
I think someone needs to let people know that GTIs aren't worth that.
Well, no. That's not. That's
below.
depreciating.
No. I don't think people are aware of how much it's actually depreciating because they're asking a lot more for used versions.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
absurd. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
hey, 17 grand for a GTI is pretty average.
Yeah.
Or used to be.
Yeah.
Not
30.
37.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the cars with most depreciation,
Shit's bananas.
as well as cars that you can make a lot of money on if you choose to sell them, if you happen to have one. And that is all my news for this week. That's all I got.
It's beautiful, man.
Anybody else got any news?
Ford has a new manual transmission that doesn't have a clutch. Therefore, I don't think it's a manual. But
It's just no clutch.
yeah, they have a new manual transmission that
You just turn it off at the stop lane. Turn it on when you want to go.
it seems as if it's going to be the same as like a flappy paddle, only it's going to have the motion of a manual.
Oh,
So it's automatic.
it's like a pit bike.
So it's like
Essentially.
Triptronic. You just
Is it auto clutch like a pit bike, or is
No.
it just an automatic transmission with the
Yeah.
thingy?
So it looks like it has like
With
a
a
normal
ding-dong.
gear shifter that
A
you would
handle.
move.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, because you can especially old, like Noah has a 928 in the shop right now, which I'm strangely attracted to sometimes. Not this one,
Real bad.
but you always look through the window and you're like, that's a fucking automatic.
Yeah.
But if that automatic ding dong looked like a manual ding dong, you'd be like, oh, it's probably an automatic, but you wouldn't know right away.
So
Up the value. And then you could be like, remember back in the day, they're like, yeah, well, it's clutchless automatic, and it's just Tiptronic.
So this still has a clutch, but I think once it's engaged, you should be able to operate it automatically. So kind of like a sequential, actually, I believe. Is
Does it go fitting?
probably not as cool.
Air shift this kid.
But it's just up like a patent right now.
Oh, so no actual production.
Nothing really in production yet. So,
Like the conveyor belt in the back of the
Right, on
Ford
the
Explorer.
Explorer, yeah.
yeah, so we'll see if this has come. But you know what Ford does? They always
Yeah,
bought a ton of patents. on
patent
this
those
stuff.
things before anybody else can do it.
So we'll see.
Shook, you got any news?
No.
You good?
Trying to think. No, I don't think I have anything.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry to
disappoint you.
We got a Ford van. I bought another Ford van for work.
Yeah, another transit?
It's like a dually. No. It's an E.
Oh.
It's got the Godzilla motor, which I think is like a 7 something.
7.3.
7.3.
It's
7.3.
like 6 miles a gallon.
Yeah.
Mint.
But the thing holds.
Yeah, I bet it does.
Yeah.
I haven't driven it.
You know, it's
That's
got
up
the
in-
TQ. Everybody's telling me up there that the thing's got the torques, but like you're not gonna like the gas, but like, hey, it's still better than like the
Yeah.
box truck. So,
Right.
but yeah, Godzilla motor, man, really putting it down. We gotta race it against the Transit.
And it can haul some stuff.
I think the Transit would beat it.
Oh, I think so too.
Yeah.
Transit's got that real pep.
Pep's not an understatement.
That torque. Any YouTube before we get into the main topic?
Nah, nothing noteworthy. Actually, that's not true. Mike, Stanford's Mike Burrows,
Yep.
had put up a little video. He had like a little pop-up get-together at his shop.
The overlanding.
Yeah, so this company who
Looks like
makes
it's the
like
LX.
they make a bunch of like overlanding gear. It looks like maybe some racks, some tents, stuff like that. And one of these dudes had a 100 horsepower Power Wheels.
Yes.
Wow.
Were those the plumber guys from YouTube?
Yeah.
Those guys are fucking animals.
Yeah. So they showed up with this thing, broken drive shaft, fixed it in his shop, did a insane burnout inside his shop with this like little 100 horsepower. It could sit right on this table.
Yep.
Like Power Wheels isn't the right word for it. It's not really a Power Wheel.
No, they just
Mini
built
car?
two framed like mini sand rails,
And it's got, like-
and fit Power Wheels.
yeah, plastic
Plastics
body
on
on the
them.
side of
Oh
it.
my gosh.
But yeah,
And,
there's no power. I mean, there's not a lot of Power Wheels involved.
Yeah, it looks like it kind of sounds like it's just like a ATV or like side by side engine
Yep.
strapped inside of it. All wheel
Yeah.
drive as well.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, is that one all-wheel drive?
All wheel drive. Yeah.
Those guys are animals, dude.
Yeah.
And they're plumbers. They're just plumbers.
Yeah. It's cool.
And
guys.
they're just fucking great at fab and stuff. And they're just kings, man. It's fucking, you
Plumbers-
deserve it, kings.
Are those
Plumbers
the
are
dudes
good at
that-
everything.
They
Like,
are.
there's
Right.
nothing you can't do as a plumber, right? You have
Yeah.
to like
'Cause you almost have to
wire,
do everything.
You do it all.
yeah. Jack
You
of
know?
all
Yeah.
right here.
Depends if the inspector's asking, you know?
Oh man, bring them by. I'll talk to your inspector. I have nothing to hide. I do quality work.
Are
So
those the dudes that did the pink Barbie Jeep? That one with the full
Yes.
suspension and all that?
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That thing's crazy.
Yeah, those
just
guys are
double
awesome.
check. I don't think we have any voicemails.
That's,
Let me just
let that be a lesson to you, kids.
Can-
I guess
Confirm?
I have
Don't go to
one
college.
quick thing to add.
Take a trade.
Did you guys see the picture, the actual picture of the Integra, the new Integra?
No.
It's
Maybe we could bring up the new Integra.
Wait, the
I'll see if I
picture?
can find the pictures. I
Didn't we
saw.
watch a whole release on it?
Yeah, we did, but it was just like
Is this some street? Is this street shot? Straight street?
There was some street shots of a cactus gray
What the street saying?
Bronco Raptor. Wow.
I was looking at street shots of the.
Did you really just go on the
Cadillac.
Honda website?
Look, dude, that's how this was. Like it was in the wild like this,
Boy.
and in the
Yeah, it's not-
tips of the exhaust, they put yellow.
Let me see.
Yeah, that was the.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
It's
so bad.
real fucking bad.
Shook make sure revisits the
How long
Integra
till
every
those
podcast.
tailpipes turn
Why did
black?
you remind us of this?
I
don't
don't
know, but-
remember the Integra graphic.
It looks like the Type R's like little brother that
Yeah, it looks like the
the
Civic
Type R
Sport.
like threw into the washer machine or dryer a few times.
Yeah, that is not good.
It's like it was microwaved and it melted a bunch.
It looks like
It
a
looks like shit.
it looks like a bad cross
that
store.
is so.
How long is it gonna take until that turns black?
I mean, yeah, that
you know what I
car's-
mean? Like,
The
That car's
yellow
plainly not
exhaust
on.
tips is so fucking offensive. It makes me want to just die.
Yeah, that is
It just sucks because like some things kind of look like kind of cool. Like
The
that's
the
different.
rear has
what looks cool?
cues
I
of
kind of like this
Integra.
thing.
Oh wow.
And the rear like is kind of neat, or like this piece like by itself. That's cool. And then you come
What's
over
that?
here.
What
and-
piece?
Huh?
What's cool?
Like the front end is different.
I
and
guess
like
that
it.
little explosion grill is cool.
Yeah, it looks nice. And
got
then you
that,
put it with the
love
rest of the
explosion
car,
grill.
and you're just
something to
like,
explode when you hit a deer.
Exactly. Look at
dude.
the
and,
back. It's got the hunchback going
like-
on.
like
which I
Hatch
like.
hunch.
like this area looks cool. Don't look at the exhaust tips. But like this area looks cool.
I'd plastic dip those right away, and then once the plastic dip wears out, it'll be black on its own.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Dude.
Well, there's that.
It looks like it's
It's-
got a lot of cargo space.
Real quick,
And that's your Shukti.
I'm gonna say
Integra check-in.
before it happens. Someone is gonna livery.
Livery?
Jesus Christ!
Take your time.
Livery this like the Joker, and this is gonna be the mouth cuts.
Oh yeah.
I'll do that
Jesus.
in Photoshop tonight.
In before it happens. Just saying. But
Yeah.
yeah, the car looks horrific.
We do have a voicemail. This seems to be a very quick one. Let me just make sure we're connected here.
You gonna play the wicked long intro for it?
No, it's fine. We'll just get right into this. I want to move it along.
Good day, mate.
That was it. So we'll
All
move
right.
right along.
Shouts the croc.
Yeah, shouts. That's not a knife. That's a knife.
I've been using the word cheers a lot. Like, it's so much easier than saying, all right, take care. It's just like, cheers.
Yeah.
Sounds classier, you know.
Yeah.
You know, with the
Upscale,
cheers.
you know?
That's upscale. You sign your emails with it?
I was gonna say I signed my emails.
I
with
do.
it.
That's my fucking guy right there.
Yeah,
Cheers.
that's
I do.
that's
Cheers.
the play.
It's so directed to the point. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, be well, take care.
Yeah.
like, all in one.
I've been a
One.
regards guy for a
Short and
while.
sweet.
Regards.
Regards.
I'm just trying to be an island cunt.
Yeah.
Regards at work. Cheers for revival.
Cheers for the bros.
Cheers for the bros.
Regretfully.
Bros.
Yeah. Regretfully.
Regretfully.
Regretfully yours.
To whom it may concern. Let's hit that main
Dear
topic button.
sirs.
It's time for main topic. Main topic.
We're here.
We're here at the main topic. If you are watching this on YouTube, you can see some wiring and some harness on the video.
It's some
stream.
very satisfying clicks. Hold on, let me get the mic.
Get that
There
clip.
you
Get
get
the
the click on,
ASMR.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That's the good stuff.
That's wonderful.
A2M.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
I'll be right back.
If
Just change
not-
my pants.
If not, and you're just listening, we have Shaun here from Chassis Harnests to talk about exactly that, building a wiring harness for different chassis. And in particular, right now your focus is on BMW stuff, E36, E46.
Correct. And we're definitely trying to get away from them at this point because it is near impossible to get anything for them.
Components.
Oh, my God. I have to wait over a month for most of the BMW connectors. I have to
Right.
buy in bulk and plan ahead.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
It's serious. So we built a universal because everybody and their father has been asking us, can you build one for my car?
Yeah.
And, you know, the sweet answer is, yeah, of course, you know, but there's just so much that goes into it.
I was going to say, so with building a harness, you started with the E36 and E46 because you're familiar with them.
Correct.
So for instance, those platforms you own and have worked on for extended periods of
I
time.
have a driveway full of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like at this moment. But before I buy more.
Yeah. So you're quite familiar with what's required from them.
Absolutely.
So you can theoretically apply the same or some of the same principles from a general harness to create a universal one
Correct.
to get it to a point to sell to help somebody out in a way.
Yep. Yeah. So we can get your headlights, high beams, blinkers, hazards, taillights, fuel pump, reverse lights, brake lights, a lot of the basic functions that you need to pass inspection in any state. That's what we do.
So you're starting with a 12 volt system
Correct.
No matter what. That's kind of what you're aiming for. So providing simple power, ground, etc., and then essentially just power ground to land on various components of
To
a
trigger
universal
whatever
vehicle.
wants to be on. Right.
What goes into the thought process? Is there a standard, if you will? You've seemingly been in the industry for quite some time. Is there a standard with wire? For instance, I was looking at the wire before.
Yes.
It's stranded wire. I don't know what gauge. Is that 18?
So what is being shown right there, that's 12 gauge.
Okay.
It's actually GXL, and then we use a lot of the 20 gauge TXL.
Okay.
So part of the same family.
Okay. What is the
thickness of the casing.
Okay, and that can help with heat exposure
Yes.
in different various things.
When there's
like
a
that.
lot of strain on a circuit, or if, God forbid, some water gets involved.
I was gonna say, is it sold as not weatherproof, but
Yeah.
Oh, so it
yeah.
is. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So in a way, it's like
Almost everything has seals and plugs. I don't know if they can see it on the camera, but it's got plugs and seals, because a lot of the vehicles don't even have windows.
right.
Like, windows aren't even in play in real race cars.
I was
it's
gonna
like a full
say,
cage.
and like generally things in the bay or something that's
Yep.
ran underneath the car, it's
Yep.
gonna be exposed to elements.
for water splashing and stuff. Absolutely, yeah. So you can see a seal here.
Yeah, this is
There's-
super satisfying.
Yeah,
This
and
does-
then-
Right. That
seal.
particular. That's a BMW specific fitting, I'd imagine.
I don't know if you can see it, but there's like red seals in there too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Plug it
Yep.
so that no moisture gets in there.
Yep. So essentially, the harness that you provide for the E36 and E46, one of the more fascinating parts of it, or parts that we were kind of hyped about while looking at it, was the fact of you include basically a fuse box, and you can eliminate a large portion of extra junk, if you will.
Absolutely, yeah. So we provide a fuse block with all of our harnesses, and this powers up your chassis harness. So whether it's your fuel pump, your headlights, your high beams, your running lights, your ignition on, people want all kinds of crazy stuff like LED lights underneath the car. It all goes through this fuse block right here, which is a little fuse, and it's spelled a little different than you would think. And these things are awesome. I actually just got fuses that are a fraction of this size. Let's see here. They're actually just that big.
Oh, no
That's it.
kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
So where before I could only put 8 of these in this fuse block, now I can put like 12.
Yeah.
So because as we grow, people want more and more and more
Stuff. Right. Auxiliary
so-
stuff.
Exactly. So we're always trying to give the customers what they want and wire that in for them. We don't please don't ever cut these. Don't ever cut anything on these. Just ask me directly and I'll just wire anything you can imagine into it. Please don't ever cut these. I have to be very diligent about that. But we'll wire in whatever you want. We might not be able to get the exact connector. Like this is a brake pedal connector for an E36, so you just plug this in. This is with actually cruise control. There's 2. There's with and without cruise control. So all we do is we just wire in what you guys want. And it sounds crazy, but it really is that simple. Like you just let us know what you want, and we'll put it right in.
It is simple when you know, like we were talking about
Right.
before, when you know the chassis that you're working with.
Yes,
Because that's one of the, I'd imagine just from a business standpoint for you, that's going to be the one of the biggest hurdles to learn other again, I know
Right.
you make the universal one,
Yep.
but just becoming familiar with so many different things.
Yeah. There's so much to know about these. Like the E46 has dynamic braking, and the E36 has an unloader relay. And these are all questions we get asked if people are troubleshooting an issue. God forbid there is one. And it's 99% of the time the factory ground on the E36 engine.
Yeah.
It's either that or your taillights. Either your taillight board is bad and it's backfeeding through the harness, or it's the ground off your engine.
Wait.
Those are the only problems we've ever had.
Tail light.
Yeah, so if you are... actually, let me grab one real quick.
Like a bulb tray.
While he's doing that, it's really important to note that, yes, it supplies a fuse box, so you don't get, what you're not thinking about, I guess, maybe, if you don't own an E36, is it is an enormous, it's about the size of a keyboard, the fuse box.
Fuse box on an
And you
E36.
delete this entire box.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't need it anymore. Everything could be under your dash.
I'm trying to see if my man over here wants to eliminate a fuse box from a GTR. Sounds like a lot of fun.
Also, this literally, he came and installed it for a friend of mine's car, and it was in moments.
It took, 5 minutes?
5 minutes to really lay it out, and then to tuck it nice was maybe an additional 15.
It takes longer to feed the disconnected harness through your trunk correctly than it does to actually install the full chassis harness.
And this is like plug and play, dude. There's
Super
like
plug
one
and
or
play.
two wires that need to be actually in.
So it varies because if you have an X20 connector, there's really nothing you have to hook up. Like
Okay.
zero, you just plug everything in.
So what is an X20 connector?
So
for
I
us
don't,
dummies?
I don't have one here with me, but the X20 connector is
It's like BMW
infamous-
specific?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
infamous for engine swaps. Like
Okay.
everyone knows to pin your X20 connector, whatever engine you're swapping in, you can just plug right into the E36
Okay.
regular OEM body harness.
It's like a
Alright.
big circle that locks.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
okay. Yeah.
I was gonna say that
So
there's
it's,
an end.
it's bigger than this, and it's
It's usually got a 90, right, with like a rubber boot,
it does.
I believe.
Yeah, we don't really use those because they're quite expensive and they're hard to get, and we're trying to keep prices down. We used to put like horns and all kinds of crazy stuff in this, but it just became so much that it just wasn't worth it.
Yep. And hence the point of you saying if you do want something,
Just ask.
just let you know.
Just ask. We can wire anything you want.
Because you, it seems like, well, there's a lot of things, but one, when we first seen this thing, it's a very high quality and simplistic.
Thank you.
It looks like, oh, okay, that would make perfect sense. I just
Right.
need to know how I'm going to run this thing. Starting off clean, don't get all the other shit out of there.
Yeah.
But know where I'm going to mount the fuse box, know where I'm going to run this stuff, and plug it in.
Yep.
And it seems like you're willing to work with the customer along the way to develop a kit specifically for them if
Absolutely.
You know, to cater to
If-
their needs.
If you talk to any of my customers, they will just tell you exactly how it was, and
Yep.
everything was exactly what they needed. So like if two customers have the exact same car and the exact same build, they still could have different questions.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And whatever their questions are, we're here for that. You just ask.
I was
you
right
know,
because
like,
it just
ask.
they could be using two different components overall.
Right.
One stick to an OEM cluster or whatever versus a digital dash, and
Exactly.
yeah, could be various things like that.
So I just want to get back to the taillight connector.
Okay.
When
Yep.
you disconnect from your board, there's actually a little plastic board that's like it's like a plastic welded onto the metal little mechanism there. You actually want to hold the board when you disconnect your factory body harness, because what happens, I've been noticing people disconnect this and they actually like pull the board and then it starts contacting behind and backfeeding through the harness.
Yeah.
So that and the BMW factory ground off the engine on the passenger side that goes from your engine mount to your chassis, make sure that's clean. That is like a huge culprit. That was 99% of all the issues I've had. They call me up and say, hey, it won't start. I was like, all right, is your starter good? Yeah, I just jumped it. All right. So it's your ground. You know, well, I worded that wrong. So if they hit me up and they're like, oh, the starter's good, then there's something else. But if the starter's not jumping, you just got to check the ground.
There's something,
you know?
right.
Yeah, like it's 99% of the time the ground.
Most of your clientele, where does it come from? Obviously,
All
heavy in
over.
the aftermarket. Okay, so there
Yeah.
isn't just like, oh yeah, it's just drift cars most of the time. It's
SCCA, people that had problems with their E36, anyone. So I first did this because my buddy's car caught on fire and my car was right behind it. Like I had numerous wiring problems in my GRE LS swapped E36, from the corner lights not working, cluster not working, fuel pump not working, and I was just like, you know what? Like I'm done with this. And I sat down and just started working
what is your process for something like that?
to start from scratch.
Yeah.
So at first I write it all out and I have, I'll have like the main harness, I'll have a front harness, a back harness, and I'll figure out routing and I'll figure out what's needed, what needs power, what's no longer necessary.
Yep.
And just start going to town.
So-
let your imagination fly.
Okay, so you're truly doing it from ground up instead of using
nothing.
any reference from a one-line drawing from the manufacturer or anything like that.
Throw the book away.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Which that makes less of a headache.
Correct.
Get rid of it. Why?
gone.
Don't let it cloud your judgment or thought process.
Yep.
Like you kind of recited. Here's what I'm starting. Here's what needs power. Let's work from there.
Right. How do we get it power? How do we activate it?
Right.
So we like to give the customers options. Like we can build whatever you want. We have the blinker stalk and high beam stalk here, and we also have the tumbler stalk somewhere close by. And different people want different things. Some people want a factory cluster and no gauges. You know, some people want an aftermarket dash and they want a switch panel. You know, we can build whatever you want. The basic that your OEM headlight switch, your blinker stalk, your tumbler, if you wanted something that, I'm trying to figure out how to word it because it's got to be perfect. So we have some of these in stock, like the generic version that would either be like digital dash and a switch panel, or you want the factory cluster, the blinker stalk, and the tumbler, all to be factory. Like, what? There's so many options.
It's
like,
really a la carte. Just
so
an
like,
a la carte setup.
Yeah, it's really hard to explain because there's just so many options. Like, the sky is literally the limit.
It's
like,
endless.
If
truly.
you wanted an aftermarket dash, but everything else to be a factory BMW, we can do that.
Yeah.
If you want a switch panel and a factory dash, like, we can do that. Like,
Yeah.
There's no rhyme to the reason. It's whatever the customer wants.
Yep.
You know?
How long have you been doing things like this?
Wiring specifically like this, what is it, 2022?
22. Yeah.
So probably like 7 years, this
Wow,
specifically.
okay.
Yeah.
What did you do? Now, I think you kind of alluded to it earlier. You're in the plumbing field.
Yeah, I started out HVAC and plumbing, and, you know, too many boiler swaps. My back got all banged up. Too many crawl spaces.
Yeah.
Tired of looking at spiders. And, I mean, it's great work. Like,
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
make
yeah.
some serious money. But it was just...
It was just pretty labor intensive.
Yeah, it was just something I was good at. I didn't really like care for it. It just like it just happened. Like, I was just good at it, you know.
Yeah.
But the wiring, like, I love it. Like, I can sit there and just wire all day.
I was gonna
Like,
say,
no
see,
problem.
you clearly have a passion for it, and you know, you're like into it.
Oh,
just
yeah.
throw everything else out the window. Like you said, you could sit there all day and
I could, no problem.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
no,
totally inconceivable to me. They like do any wiring at all, and it's amazing that you make those things.
Thank you. It's,
Seriously, it's like shocking to me. It's
like
like I don't get it.
The most professional looking, like, motorsport style harness that you would think belongs in a car, like, that's what that is right
Yeah,
there.
thank you.
Right. It's top
In every
tier.
sense of, like, even
You could
like the looming, even like the heat shrinking, like, all of it is just so, like, there's a fit and finish
It's
to it all.
thought. It's
Yeah.
there's a thought process.
It's almost a
behind
shame to tuck it away.
it. Right. Right.
You know, like to hide it or something like that. It's almost
Right.
like a bummer.
You're not going to find this on, like, eBay or Amazon. You're not just going to go there.
no, that's the real
People-
deal.
People do it all the time, and they're like, why is it so different? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I know we're the primarily CRV podcast, so I was replacing a Mira in my CRV, and I like cut the motor up. It was just a pain in the ass to pull out, and I cut the wires. I'm like, is there something special in here that if I solder this, it's not going to work anymore? Like, that's my level of wiring. Where it's just like, no, absolutely not.
No. Yeah. It's just
It's a wire.
yeah. Yeah.
I
it
just,
just sends a signal.
inconceivably awesome.
Yeah.
It's really cool stuff.
Is that how you look at that stuff? Is just
It's
all of this is truly just a conduit to send and receive signal.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, I got to get there.
It's either on
Yeah.
or off.
Right.
Right?
Right. This is very
Unless it's back feeding through your taillights, and it's all on.
all. Yeah. That's a problem.
Yeah.
What is your favorite part about building the harness?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it's just like the freedom to just like let it flow. Just to be like, oh, I noticed that on the last one, people were saying, oh, this was a little long or this was a little short, or maybe we could do it this way. And just adapting to everything that keeps coming in and just having them get better and better. Like, this is not the first, this is like the prototype. This is like the 6th one I built.
Right.
Like, they've evolved over time.
Evolution is perfect word for it. And again, your skills and knowledge, I imagine, are going to further progress over time.
I've learned so much in the last 3 years from doing this. It's like, and it just keeps growing, because then once you figure something else out, you're like, oh, that applies to this.
Shit, I
now.
could apply-
And then,
right,
yeah, so
right.
you just down the rabbit hole.
Hell, you could even find different components that help make things easier, better.
Yeah. So one thing everybody's asking about is wipers, and for the E36 specifically, the 2 connectors that you need are like $100 and something each. So that's just right out the window. So it'd be cool if I could incorporate somehow, some way to help people get their wipers to work, but it would take a little bit of them getting their hands dirty. They'd have to, reach out, contact me. I'd figure out what kind of wiper motor they have. I'd have to research, power, ground, what speed, and everything like that. So we'd have to discuss, do you want high, low, medium, how
Right,
you want
what's-
to operate?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the BMW specifically actually has its own computer for the wiper system.
Of course. it
Of
does.
course, right?
it.
Yeah.
And
Is that because were there rain sensing wipers in the E36?
no,
That's
but
a chip shortage.
yes.
Chip for my wipers.
It's also that it parks, all just to go back down. That's it. Like the whole thing's so over-engineered just to go back down.
Right.
So
Oh, right. Yeah, but the
Because
park
it's a
position
rest
is
of the
low.
park,
Yeah.
right.
Resting
Yeah.
position.
So I just tell everybody, I'm like, look, we can totally wire up your wipers. I'll help you through the process. You're just gonna have to dig in a little and work with me, and it just won't park.
I was just going to say, right, because you need to just know that information, how this
Yeah.
is going to need to be
I have
applied.
to know everything about anything on the entire car, whether it gets deleted or not, because it will come up.
Right.
Like there's an unloader relay on the E36. Does anyone even know what an unloader relay is on the E36?
Not a clue.
I would love to know this
I would
because
expect that to be in a dump truck.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what it was until like a year and a half ago, and I have multiple E36s. So it's actually pretty cool. It's actually a relay that gets a ground signal from the starter that kills all power to major components, so all the power gets sent to the starter.
Oh, wow.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Right.
I
Just
knew-
because that's
Because that starter draws so much
right.
juice.
It just
when you
needs
flip
that
the
much
switch,
current.
yeah,
and
so
everything turns off for a second,
yep.
because
So
it dumps all the power into the starter.
you got
It
it.
takes
That's
all
fucking
that
cool.
battery power,
all the juice,
all that current,
Get
and
that
throws it right to
S52
the-
cranking.
Right. Right.
Get it spinning.
Get this baby spinning.
that thick oil. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had to figure out that. Well, because when you crank over the E36, the cam sensor senses each turnover and then grounds the DME so that it uses the fuel pump on each ground of it turning over. I had to figure that out for Austin's car. It's something like that.
That's something I don't know.
That sounds terrible.
So the fuel pump will not. It'll prime key
Oh, okay,
on.
right. It primes,
Yeah.
but it won't fire
It
until
won't
the car.
feed
Correct.
until
yes.
it's sensing cam sensor
Yeah,
ground
constantly.
from the DME.
Yeah.
Oh,
every
that's
time it
awesome.
pulses.
Yep.
So I had to sit there with a fucking probe, and I'm like, crank it. And
Yep.
it turned
Right.
out the
You're right.
relays were all mixed.
Uh,
Well, he doesn't have to worry about any of that anymore.
Thank Christ.
So and that's a good example of you can deal with shit like that, or go
You
this
can
route and just simplify everything.
Buy a beautiful E36 chassis harness and plug it in.
And again, this
I wish I
don't
brought
know
a key.
if no one gets it yet. This literally, you take all the wiring out of your
yeah,
piece of
including the
shit
fuse
car
box.
Yeah.
and throw it out.
Yeah.
No fuel pump harness, any of that garbage that runs on your floor that looks like shit.
All that trash is gone.
It's gone, dude. All the wiring
The
in
fuse
the car
box
is
thing
gone.
blows my mind just by knowing how big the fuse box is in
Yeah.
those cars.
Yeah.
I love cutting those things
And
out.
it's just
like
and she's gone.
so joyful.
Just the reward.
you need
of
more
it.
room.
Yeah.
You want more room for catch cans?
You know
Boom.
it's
Have
it's
you ever looked underneath the fuse box? Have you ever?
There's
looked
so much
underneath
room
it?
for activities.
Yeah, absolutely.
They
I
put
spend
all
my
the
days under
relays
there.
and the fuses on top.
Yeah.
Then there's 4 or 5 screws around the edges.
Yep.
If you pop that off, they quite literally stuffed 14 pounds of wires in that box.
That's
so
really
what I
cool.
was gonna ask is, have you measured the weight?
Wade. I haven't. So every single one that's come out has been modified in some way or form.
Right. So it's not a full
an exact
OEM
number.
Yeah.
But the heaviest one we weighed was 110 pounds, and that was with the fuse block and everything. But there was a lot of little miscellaneous things missing. And
Right.
Ours weighs I think it was 22 pounds or something like that.
Right, total
Double
weight.
check,
Substantial.
That's a
weight
pretty
saving.
yeah.
It's a difference.
Yeah.
All of Austin's electronics that were on the ground, all the wires, the fuse box, all the little trinkets under the glove box.
Yep. And his was slimmed down quite a
And
lot.
it was already slimmed down. I put everything in my arms and picked it up, and it felt like 40, 50 pounds.
Yeah.
It felt heavy. It wasn't light.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just want to point out that everything has a little heat shrink label on it, and
Yep.
we provide a key. So all you have to do is look at your key and cross-reference it with the number on the connector that you're looking at.
So these
Yep.
guys here say
Easy
24 and
install.
25.
Yep. So I wish I brought one. we used to put like the exact function. I would have like brake lights or running lights or something like that. But the labels became so large that it was just taking away from the character. Like it was just like this big bulky like label.
Right, a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So now we just
Plus,
do
I mean, you
numbers.
could save some time.
Yeah.
Just for instead of making that.
And we stopped labeling powers and grounds, so it's pretty straightforward. Like if you looked at these,
Right, that'd be pretty obvious.
It's
yeah.
a dead giveaway.
Red's ground.
Yeah.
Red's ground. You got it.
Yeah.
How about custom stuff?
So we were talking about some type of cart before, like a race Hot Wheels.
Oh,
Hot
yeah,
Wheels.
yeah. Like a Power Wheels,
So,
100 horsepower, like little thing.
Do you think you could pull up on Facebook Hidden Motorsports? So my buddy Carl, who owns Hidden Motorsports, has some little like, I don't know, like hopped up golf cart thing with a 600 or a 1000 motorcycle
Love it.
engine in it. And he actually, we're building him a little, I wouldn't even consider it a chassis harness. It's more of like a bunch of wires to like operate his little cart so that he can pass inspection.
Yeah,
So it's like
functional
road
wiring.
Yeah, because there we go. So I built,
Wait, what?
yeah, so I built a chassis harness for him over a year ago. Super cool dude. Can't
Did
wait
you
to
say
actually-
pass inspection?
No, that'll pass inspection.
Oh
But,
yeah.
Where?
In Ohio?
So sometimes he has.
Wait.
The Mad Max universe.
Is there
Just
a
for-
famous
for-
piano player
For those
inspecting
who are
this vehicle?
for those who are listening, this vehicle has an exoskeleton,
Exoskeleton
with
Yeah.
what looks
twin
to
turbo
be twin turbo
LS
LS. Yeah.
Yep.
of an E36.
So
Yeah.
that was actually the first one.
Hell yes, that's fucking unbelievable.
Oh my God! It says bald eagle.
Oh my god, I love that so much.
So it's really sad because that was he calls it Klaus the Barbarian, and that's Klaus the Barbarian #1. He actually got hit by a drunk driver, and they totaled it.
Oh
And,
my God!
The drunk driver like
What a
wasted it on
fucking
him.
cunt.
So yeah, it was super sad. I like called him right away, make sure he was okay. Make
Yeah.
sure he
I love the
needed
four
anything,
Kirkies.
And he got another one together, and now it has like an 8.5 second roll speed.
Oh my God! The roll cages ran inside.
Yep.
Oh, that's so cool.
I like how the quarter is chopped and then the taillight is
It's
placed
placed in.
further
It's so sick.
That's so he can eat walls like comfortably.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
If he has a little cart on his page here somewhere that we're making. We actually could figure out what to do with his taillights on not this vehicle, but on his little like race cart that he's putting together. And he actually just sent me a little link on Amazon. It's like this little like sticky strip for a trailer, and it has left, right blinker, running lights, and a brake.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, that's so sick. We could
that's
just
sick.
plug into that.
People are doing that in Formula Drift now.
Yeah.
Like they have the light bars for all the smoke.
Yep. I wonder why it's not showing up. Oh, keep going down. Yep. A little more, a little more, a little more, a little more, a little more. There it is. So we're building him a little thing for that so he can pass inspection. So he can go cruise around on the road in that.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
They're
Carl-
real
Carl
loose with it in
parties.
Ohio.
Yeah, I didn't know how I'll get down like that.
Oh, no.
I'm about Ohio.
My buddy Carl's a cool dude. Cool dude. He likes to party.
Oh, I got no doubt about Carl.
Yeah.
I was fucking the inspector.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Carl's pretty clear here.
That's my buddy
Yeah.
Carl on the right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is Carl
Carl-
the guy inspecting the vehicle as well?
No. He's
That's
the one,
unbelievable.
He's the one rocking it.
That's
He
sick.
looks to have a YouTube
So-
channel. Is that
Yeah,
what that is?
yep. He's got a
Hidden
pretty
Motorsports.
Pretty successful YouTube channel. Super cool dude. So yeah, we're just doing a little side project just to keep busy in the downtime. Not that we have any more downtime, but
Yep.
it's we built him a chassis harness. He was super hyped about it. He's been a great at telling everybody about it.
Yeah,
So,
just great promotional.
just
Yeah,
super cool all about it. And he was like, "Can you make me this for the little cart?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, no problem."
Yeah.
I was like, "I'll just add it to the list."
So
So
if you're let's talk custom. Let's say
no.
theoretically, let's say you have a friend named
Don't no.
Migor who might have just purchased an Ariel Atom 3 that has a K20 turbo swap in it,
Nice.
and that he purchased, and it's just a wiring, just absolute mess. I showed you the
Butcher.
battery.
Yes. Oh, that was that car?
Is that something that you'd be like, I'll take this on, or is that something you're like, I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole?
So, like, it really depends on what's there now. Like, if he has all the pigtails and all the connectors to
He does.
everything,
Yeah.
then I can just, like, tie into those and make everything work.
Unscrew the whole thing. But that would be that'd be like a home doctor visit type.
Yeah,
deal.
so we do make house calls. It's steep because we have to, like, pack up the whole show and bring it to you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's,
but
like,
if he
super
ends up
serious.
with the harness like that
That's
versus the shit I've seen in that thing right now,
yeah.
it could be very much worth it.
So we'll be going over to Norway Nils' shop sometime next week. We got to iron out the details to build a chassis harness for one of the cars over there. I don't even know what it is. We've like talked about all of it, but like the car doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
I just need headlights, taillights, fuel pump.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you just show up and figure it out. It's just you bring the shop, like you were saying earlier off mic. Yeah.
So like when I was a kid, I got yelled at for using my imagination. And if I could go back today and like stare that teacher in the face and be like,
oh, I love
"Look at me
teachers
now.
like that.
Right.
Look at me now." You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's like I use my imagination.
Yeah,
I'm a
sick.
big kid. You know
There's
what I mean?
no
Like,
there's no reason why you can't route this way. If you thought, oh wait, let me scratch my head for a minute and think about it.
the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Like, you just let your imagination flow.
Do you have a physical location for somebody hypothetically like that with an aerial atom that needed some serious wiring help to bring the vehicle?
You could drop it off at my house.
I'm just curious, yeah.
So right now I'm operating out of my house. It's no kept secret. It's very obvious.
Yeah.
And I use my 2-bay as R&D, and then I have my little what I call a sweatshop downstairs where I sit there and crimp wires all day, as you see.
Yeah.
And,
What's your set of crimpers? What kind of crimpers you running? Greenlee?
Gee, it's like a Josh question.
I cannot disclose this information. No. They're just regular
Proprietary
run-of-the-mill,
custom
I have
shit.
I have some Exolite stuff at work.
Oh, yeah?
Some cutters and strippers.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I think I use Harbor Freight strippers because I go through them so fast.
I'll show you a set of strippers.
Just broke Josh's heart.
That's true too.
So
I
I go through so much 20 gauge that it
Yep.
actually like wears out and doesn't.
The
it's
actual-
not like sharp anymore.
the
So
die,
like, I've
yeah.
had like super bougie like high end stuff and it just fails.
Yeah, that's the
So
only
I'm
thing
just
I
like
could.
$5 Harbor Freight. Here we
Yeah,
go.
I was gonna
Like,
say
I
that.
buy in bulk.
It's the
Give 'em
only
in
thing I
stock.
could say is just the overuse, essentially.
Yeah. Oh, constant use. Because I won't use a wire stripper. Like they have those ones where you just squeeze it and like pulls the wire case
Yeah,
off.
yeah. That's
I
the one
don't-
I like.
Yeah, I don't like them because they're not consistent. Because by the time you squeeze, it's shift a little bit.
So I have a method
That's true.
of fingering.
Oh, enlighten me on your finger bang.
Basically, my set of Exolites, I place the tip of my finger in on the end of a nut,
Okay.
and the wire hits that
Yep.
all the time, and I can replicate it.
You don't
each
use
time.
the old pearly whites?
Exactly. No,
Rip
I
it and
don't-
rip it.
I do not do that.
dikes?
Especially
Yeah.
like with stranded copper wire.
You take
I'm
the
not-
razor blade and just
Yeah,
kind of work
God,
around.
God
yeah.
gave me a stripper. You
I-
just pop it in the mouth.
I used to do that, and then it was just like, oh, I just cut this wire again. I just nick this, like so
Nick the
again,
tip.
like with what I'm doing this.
What are you doing? I was just gonna ask.
Essentially building test leads for relay test sets.
Oh, okay.
So it's not too far off from that, honestly.
not at all,
Just a
yeah.
lot of different connectors.
Yeah.
Or simpler connectors because we're just taking 4 mil, like banana jacks that need to be.
Yep.
Sometimes
but different.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
Yeah.
same idea, just different ends.
It's
Essentially,
wires. You're sending a signal.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly,
mean?
exactly.
It's-
Transfer
it's-
this information to this information.
It's that simple. It's just a signal.
I just know,
On or
like,
off. There's nothing complicated about it. Don't let this intimidate you ever. If you look at wiring and you're like, oh, this is too much, take a breath, grab a beer, sit down, and just look at it. It's
Get
not going to
inebriated.
bite. Yeah, it's not going to bite you. It's not going anywhere. Nothing's ever going to change. It's going to always stay just like this. Wiring, people are petrified of it, and I have no idea why.
well,
It's
I think
so
it's just because it's
straightforward.
intimidating to look at a giant OEM harness.
so many
I can
of
For
them.
understand
instance,
that.
like Corey's when he was diving into the Polo, we took the dash out, and then you could
And
see,
it's just crazy back
and
there.
it's just like
Shit's everywhere.
holy fuck.
Well, it was crazy in there specifically because someone had done an engine swap in there 10 years prior.
Yeah,
Before like a lot of things were learned
Right.
for doing swap for that particular engine. So it was a very, very overwhelming task. Fortunately, our friend next door, you and him would talk at each other endlessly. He's a big wiring guy as well, and he helped me out a ton. And I'm like super overwhelmed because I'm like trying to figure out what these 6 wires do, and he's just like screaming at me. He's like, "Dude, they just do X, Y, and Z. That's all it is.
It's
all
just
it is."
6 wires.
Yeah. And to me, it
I
was
can
like the
see
end of
that.
the world. But once he broke it down for me, and
Yep.
we kind of
And you
sifted
just
our way
set-
through it,
You just checked it out. You
it
worked
makes
your
so
way
much more
through it.
sense now. Yeah.
So I'm wiring up a Holly. So a personal side project for a really good friend of mine, James. We're wiring up his Holly and his Cyclone. And the Cyclone has a bulkhead connector on the firewall. And out of the bulkhead connector is the front body harness
Yep.
and the engine harness. So you have to separate the old engine harness from the bulkhead connector and then rewire it so that it works correctly. So he's a super tech. I've seen him do transmission swaps that'd blow people's mind. Like, I'm like, how did you get all those rusty bolts out? And he's like, yeah, we're all done, you know? And he's like, dude, I'm not touching it. Just come do it, whatever you want. Like, I'll take care of it, you know? And so our schedules haven't really met up, and we've only had like 2.5 to 3 hours to like work on this thing, and it's pretty much done. Like, we're ready to put the Holly in. Like, his whole, you can look on my social media, and the bulkhead connector for the body side is all ready to go back in. Like, it took maybe 25 minutes.
Is he running like a sniper, Holly sniper on it, or is it like a Holly Terminator?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know. I wired it in, but I don't know.
The sniper.
I didn't see the ECU, so I'm not sure if
The
it's
sniper
like
is like the car.
supersonic one.
It's like a fuel injected carburetor. And
No,
it does
no,
everything.
no. He has the Holly with the little computer brain.
Oh, the
car.
Terminator. I think that's the Terminator.
Okay.
Or EFI. What's it?
I think the Terminator is like the super big one that can run a bunch of outputs and inputs.
Probably.
Yeah, so he only has 4 inputs and outputs, which we're going to use up pretty quick.
Yeah.
But he was so happy. He was just like, this is amazing. He's like, I've had the Holly for like 1.5 years, and it's just been sitting in a box.
And again, for a lot of this stuff and these kinds of applications, the simplicity is always better.
Yeah.
So unless
Less
you're
is more.
trying to save the OEM stuff for some crazy reason.
Right. I don't know who needs their race car to have a rear defrost.
Yeah.
You know?
Right,
like,
right.
It's not something that comes to mind.
Right.
So-
Do you have to educate people often on, hey, look, I understand what you're trying to do, but you're kind of past the point of daily driven
You've
amenities.
lost the luxury.
Right.
Right. So what's bizarre is a lot of people have been contacting me saying, do I pull my harness out? And my answer is always no. Don't take a perfectly good harness out. As much as I want to sell these and as much as I want my business to grow, don't take a perfectly good harness out, because there's only so many of these cars left. And the E36s are turning into the E30s, and the E30s are like gold.
It's absurd.
So if your car's all set and there's no problems, you're not smelling anything funny and everything works, like, you know, leave it alone. My drift car had like more wiring problems than I even knew what to do with. I was just myself. I just stood there like, oh, am I going to fix all this? Like,
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
Yeah.
And even for me, that like it needed a lot of work. So I was like, you know what? Rip it all out. So I ripped it all out, and I made like not as nice, but it was something similar to this. And then it was good for like half a year. And then out of nowhere, I was getting like intermittent issues, and I was like, oh, what's going on here? And I was like touching connectors, and it was basically the connectors that I tied into, the plastic was failing around it.
Yeah.
So at that point, I had to, you know, research and find all these connectors brand new, all brand new pins, all brand new wire. Like these BMW pins, if anyone's ever looked at them, they're $1 to $2 each.
Yeah.
Like $1 to $2 a pop. And I used over 100. So it's serious.
Yeah.
That's big money. Where if I was using like a Nissan pin, I can get 2 pins for $1.
Whoa.
It's quite the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That kind of sparks my next question. What other like chassis are you looking to branch out towards?
so that
Sounds like
was,
Nissan could be cost efficient.
That was
Little
very
classic
top secret.
R32 GTR stuff.
Yeah.
Negative. So it was a little secret because a lot of companies are actively interested in what I'm doing.
Yep.
And I'm just a little fish in a very big ocean.
Yep.
So I've been trying to keep things under wraps as best as possible until my litigation team can handle some things. And it's tricky because like I want to tell everybody everything. I want to be like, yeah, man, we can do this, that, X, Y, Z, build
Yep.
you an airplane, put a rocket ship on the airplane, and send you off. You know.
Yeah.
But it's like at the same time, I can't give too much away.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
That's fair.
Yeah. So
We
We could say there's more to come.
I was going to say,
There's-
are there actively?
yes, I have 7 chassis harnesses being engineered. As
Oh,
we
wow.
speak.
On
7.
top of the
On
2
top of-
existing.
Yep, and the universal.
Wow.
So the next one I will tell everybody, here we are. It's going to be out in the open eventually. A lot of people have heard me talking about it behind the scenes. It's going to be a 350Z.
That makes sense.
We're doing a 350Z.
That makes sense
That's
for
super
sure.
smart.
Because
Yeah.
I mean,
That
with
train- that-
Popular chassis.
that
the old
train is
YouTube
coming.
boys are really
Yeah.
blowing them up.
They're
Yeah.
starting to rip everything
Embrace
out.
the Nissan.
Yep.
Shout out to my buddy Grant and Rudnick for driving up the prices.
Yeah.
There you go.
All of them. Grant, Rudnick, Jimmy.
So like I was helping
Tommy,
Grant
yeah.
with the headlights and the wiring and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna go pick up this 350Z. And he's like, sick, dude, we're gonna have a blast. The next day, it's sold. It was gone. The kid's
Yeah.
like, I'm saving it for you. You got a truck and trailer. You'll come get it. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I'll be there in the morning with cash. No problem.
Yeah.
Dude like messages me at like 7 o'clock. He's like, yeah, I
Gonzo.
sold it last night.
It's that YouTube inflation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like But no, Grant and Rudnick are awesome dudes. I've helped Rudnick out in the past with some certain things he's had, and Grant's also a plumber, so we go way back. I actually first met Grant in a snowstorm. He was mobbing around in like a slammed cabrio.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Snowstorm.
I was gonna say that's I've known Grant for probably 10 years.
You remember when he had like the
Corrado?
Yeah,
He was
the
building that.
Corrados and stuff. So he had that like cabrio.
Yeah.
I forget if it was like white or like the cream puff or black. And dude, everyone's like cruising around in a snowstorm. Here's Grant like plowing. Dude, he had like his wipers on, like pushing the snow off the side. It was hysterical. And I'm like, dude, why'd you slam that thing? He's like, psh, why not? It's like, all right, good
Perfect
answer.
answer.
Perfect sense. Yeah,
You know, I'm
yeah.
like, oh, that makes sense.
He's a character. Love
Yeah.
that dude.
Yeah, 350Z. I mean, that makes
350Z.
total sense.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm trying to buy one for we'll see how good I get with the.
I actually have one. I just have to go get it, and it's kind of hilarious because it's here in Rhode
Up
Island.
here, yeah.
Oh, there
I
you
thought
go.
you were gonna
It's
pull
here
with a
in Rhode
truck and a
Island.
trailer. I was gonna.
I told you,
load
I was
it.
like, yeah, dude. I was like, I'm gonna come to the podcast and I'm gonna buy the Z all at once, and it's still kind of snowed in, so I can't really like get.
Yeah.
You know, it's like in the back of a shop with some trailers around it, and there's
Yeah.
ice and snow everywhere, and I'm really in no rush because I still have a bunch going on with this stuff. So, but yeah, we had I was gonna give Grant the headlights I have, but they're a little banged up. But he got some better ones, and
I was gonna say, sorry to interrupt you, but it just dawned on me. He recently got a window harness for me, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, because
Yeah,
I seen
he
him
stopped
installing it, and it just literally just clicked.
Click,
I'm
yep.
like, oh shit, yeah, that's all right. That makes sense now.
yeah, he hit me up and he's like, "Is this you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, that's me." And he's like, "I'm coming to your house right now." And I was like, "All right, you want dinner? Like, just come by. Everyone just comes by, you know. It's like, no big deal." And when Grant comes by, we're always talking shop about everything under the sun. And he was super hyped, and he was like, "Dude, I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I've been using car battery, like not the car battery, the Milwaukee batteries and stuff, like the DeWalt batteries."
Right,
to,
just
like,
grab
roll
those.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you roll up and down your window like I've done, like every other person
Hey,
does in history.
it's
like,
18 volts right there.
right. Yeah,
ready to go.
So it was cool. He gave me a shout out, so that was cool. That helped. You know, he knows all about that, and yeah, they're an awesome product. Like this reverse polarity switches are just amazing.
Yeah.
And we didn't buy like some dude on Sloppy Mechanic when I posted this was like, "Oh yeah, here's one on Amazon that's $20." And like you looked at it and just looked like a fire.
Right.
And it was just like a bundle of wire with like these two janky looking switches, and I was just like, mine's artwork.
So
Yeah.
Like,
that's the other thing too, is like, you know, obviously to make a vehicle run, wiring is an integral thing.
Correct.
But there's also a safety concern with this.
super big safety.
There's an element of things that could go wrong, i.e. Kia and their fucking ABS pedal.
Sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
So I don't ever talk about this because I hate my name being in the same sentence as what occurred. Like I don't want ever like chassis harness, but I'm also not someone to hide things. Like I'm an open person. Like I'll tell you what happened. How do I word this correctly off the bat? So someone bought a chassis harness from us, and super cool dude, helped him out with all kinds of different things with his car, and he had an OEM BMW harness, which our X20 lower half connected to his X20 upper half. Well, he had an aftermarket ECU, and the aftermarket ECU needs an aftermarket crank and cam sensor.
Mm-hmm.
So he bought some harness off some person online and made it up to our chassis harness. And on Christmas Eve, he just goes, "The car caught fire," and that was it. And I just like packed up my truck and I was ready to drive to Jersey.
Yeah.
Like on Christmas Eve, didn't even question it because I was like, "What happened? Send me pictures. Like, please don't tell me anything like that." Like, I test every single function on any harness before it goes out, and I have a video of it. Just to make sure, like, hey, you know, everything works. And what happened is these aftermarket crank and cam sensors that he didn't really like look too deep into it, and it wasn't 3M electric tape. It was like some dollar store electric tape. And what happened is the power and ground crossed on them.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So the second he activated the key on our harness, it sent power to his engine
Just
harness,
shorting
and
directly.
just fired right up.
Yeah.
So you know, nothing like that has ever occurred since. That's the only like serious issue we ever had. Thankfully, nothing happened to his chassis harness. He got a new engine harness. So we walked him through everything. I told him I'd drive down there. I was like, dude, just to like have peace of mind. Like,
Right.
No problem. I'll take care of it. You know what I mean? Like, I get goosebumps because like we don't ever want to hear that. That is like on Christmas Eve. It was like
That sucks.
4:00. We're about to get tanked, and I'm like, gotta go. Like loading up my truck.
Yeah.
Like, literally
Yeah.
just like loading up the office. I was gonna like show up to Holmes's house on Christmas. Like, where is it? You know?
Yeah.
Like, I'll
Yeah.
fix it. And it was really devastating. Even it had nothing to do with anything I did. at
Right,
all.
but it was just the fact that you're.
He sent me all the pictures. He was like, I'm so sorry. He's like, I hope I didn't do anything. And I'm like, dude, it's cool. Like, you know, at the end of the day, I'll just make you another.
Right.
You know, I just want you to be
You want
safe.
to right,
Yeah.
safe and figure it out. Like
Right.
that's kind of
Yeah. So it was like super, like it was so devastating for me to hear like the company name and a fire
Associated,
in the same sentence.
right.
Like we go through super diligent testing to make sure every single function works correctly. That's why I can tell you like without any problem, if someone's like, yeah, I plugged it all in and like all these things are turning on, your taillights are bad. Like I can just tell you off the rip. If you're like, oh, I go to turn the key and there's no click, you know, it's like that's the ground on the engine.
What are you testing when you're testing those? Are you can test obviously for continuity. That's one thing.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I had to delete all my videos on YouTube because of the ongoing litigation. But basically, I set up an entire car in my basement.
So
I had
that's what
headlights, taillights,
I was going to
running
ask
lights,
is if you
fuel
had
pump,
a bit of
cluster.
a rig or something too.
Yeah. I have a video from the latest one.
It's like a
We're not-
reverse, like driving rig, like sim rig.
Right.
It's kind of like a sim rig, only it's for wiring.
I almost
harnesses.
picture it like a actually something that's fascinating. I'm sure he's already seen it, but I don't know. Have you ever seen a harness be built for a? Oh shit! All right, yeah.
I
there's-
literally hook up every function from the
Yeah.
cluster
Oh,
to the
that's
fuel
wild.
pump,
Everything's right there.
headlights, like all of it.
So
All of it.
Oh,
I don't
wow,
know if you've
okay.
ever seen a
Sweet.
harness
Oh, there's the X20
being
connector.
assembled and built for a helicopter.
See that round head at the bottom there?
It's a
Yes.
big black
Yeah,
brown
that's
one,
the-
right?
that's
Yes.
the
When I
X20.
worked
Yeah,
at
that's
a
awesome.
Yeah. So.
Wireless
aerospace
connector.
company.
You worked at an aerospace company.
Yeah, I
You
did.
told us you were frying eggplant earlier. Now you're working on an aerospace company.
You worked at an
Christ.
aerospace company?
I did IT.
What's that
for-
movie? Catch Me If You Can. You fly planes too.
No. I did IT for an aerospace company for 6 years, and
Yeah.
I got to walk around the Black Hawk assembly room.
Okay.
And
That makes
the
sense.
harness.
Was this in Groton?
No.
Okay.
It is in Connecticut. But the harnesses are like,
They're walls. They're
as
built on
thick as,
walls.
like this computer monitor, and the only reason I know that is because when I was walking through said
Black Hawk facility.
Black Hawk facility, they could fit like 12 back there at
Yeah.
once. There's 12 full Black Hawks.
Yeah.
And they'll go from like ranging from not assembled to fully assembled. And they do the wiring harness first. Someone who was like fired or let go went through each and every one with bolt cutters and cut the harnesses in multiple spots.
Oh shit.
And
You can just put disconnects on,
Hey.
just wire in a disconnect to
Hey,
both sides.
that's crazy.
it was crazy.
That's
Jay.
crazy. That's
FBI came crazy.
That's crazy.
They let you take one for a rip?
No. They
Fuel it
I mean,
up.
they were all over the place.
Yeah.
Come on, boys. Let's take one for a rip.
Dude,
Yeah.
What do these things do?
it was crazy. Like
Just a
MP40
couple
That's
pedals.
crazy.
in the hallway. I'm like, I'm going home.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
We're out
crazy.
here.
So you've essentially built I almost equate it to like, obviously we're talking, this is a stretch here, but
There
like
we go. A nice sandwich.
a
nice
jig,
of each.
a welding jig.
Okay.
That's not a stretch at all.
It's,
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
not.
It's
I thought you were saying like an Italian sub.
Yeah,
Like-
like a
Down.
subway assembly line.
like,
No, he's got a gutted E36 just in the basement. He disassembled and
I took out a
reassembled.
wall.
yeah.
right.
Popped it down there.
It's
Half
like
a
what's the
car.
guy with the Lamborghini in the basement?
Oh, yeah,
Right?
he assembled it.
Oh,
And
Yeah, he
they-
assembled
who-
it and had to
yeah.
take out the wall to get
Yeah.
it out. Yep.
Paid a Lamborghini's worth of construction to get it out.
Yeah.
So I actually have keys and I mass duplicate things. So like the rears and the fronts, it takes too much time to make one at a time. So I'll make like 10 at a time.
Yep. Yep.
And it's time consuming. It's lanky. And I mean, I love it. It's a blast. But it can definitely take a toll on you. Like I'm trying to find somebody who wants to do this, and it's serious. Like I have zero expectations. Like if you show up and want to use a pair of crimpers, like hit me up because
Yeah.
it's no joke. Like
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh, that's so cool, that's so cool. But if you go like this all day, all day long.
We have
Every day. You know what I'm talking about.
we have like
all day squeezing pliers.
to a point where we had to purchase the Greenlee battery powered ones truly for our guys
Nice.
because like
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Like,
How many would
Absolutely.
you need to assemble to equate the work pay of a full harness? Asking for a friend.
Say that again?
Like, how many would I need to? I mean, my friend need to assemble.
you skeezy little fuck.
Dude, just come by.
such
He's a
pay-
fucking
to
dirty.
pay for
Yeah.
a full
dirty-
harness.
He's seen one and he's seen it installed and everything
Yeah.
operating. So he's all
Because
wet
my
for
friend,
it.
he knows
He's
how to
like-
use crimpers. That's all. I'm
Does he?
saying.
Because he doesn't know how to use Google. So
He's better with crimpers than
Did this
Google.
friend of yours promise publicity?
Yeah.
Hey, man, I could use
It's
real
the
good
pressure,
publicity.
honestly. It's
Yeah.
the pressure
Yeah.
for my friend on the Google.
Yeah.
Pressure?
Yeah.
Your friend is the same guy who knows how to make an eggplant.
Yep.
Yeah, I can
Fry it up.
Okay.
I can make. He can make eggplant.
Just
yeah,
checking.
sure.
Just checking.
I had a question. Are you going to in the future incorporate like PDMs into the harnesses instead of like? I mean, don't get me wrong, that's super small and tiny. I don't see any reason to change that, but I just see a lot of the stuff shifting to like
towards
the PDM.
PDMs,
Yeah,
right. I've been noticing the shift towards PDMs as well. And I'd like to ask you a question.
yeah. Shoot,
Why would you want a PDM?
I would like a PDM because the fuse setup in the Polo, for example,
Yep.
are these like ceramic fuses, and the springs on them get really shitty over time.
Yeah.
And then they don't hold the fuse in place anymore, and then you get things that don't work because the fuse popped out.
So would a PDM not have an issue after time as well?
Probably long. I wouldn't even own it anymore. It wouldn't even be my problem at that
Who
point.
knows?
Yeah.
I've speaking of engine ECUs, I've seen engine ECUs fail like
Yeah.
religious, especially in like race cars. The sheer abrupt movement,
I mean, it's a race car.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's a race
I don't know if you see that.
I've wired
It's a race car.
one of these to a PDM,
Yeah.
and it's not so cut and dry because a PDM actually has an activated.
No, it's not at all.
It's a switched ground.
Yeah.
So what happens is when you power on your car, the PDM powers everything but doesn't ground it. So I can't just run a ground off to the side and then send all the powers to the fuse block. I have to run a power and ground per light per
component.
Yeah.
component. Thank you.
That sucks.
To the PDM.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
each
so
each
it's
channel for the
each
PDM needs
one.
its own power and ground.
Correct.
Yep,
It needs its own ground because a lot of them are switched ground.
Yep.
And it's a lot of money.
It's absolute ton of money.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, yeah, we can, we'll wire this right into a PDM. That's no problem. But it is a serious amount of money.
Yeah, it's
like
huge.
you could just go buy another car.
Yeah, there's
It's like so there's a
there's a mutual friend of ours who saw it and was like, "This is really cool." He works in the industry, so he's able to get his hands on the stuff to get it done. And
Yeah.
the total cost for him at the end far outweighed what he paid for the vehicle.
Oh yeah. It's
And that
a
was with
lot.
like working with people in the industry, helping
Having
friends
the
do
connect.
friends.
Right.
Yeah, it's just outlandish.
It's serious.
I just happen to see a lot of it now with
I
some of the
think-
cars that are being built with higher profile people, maybe online or YouTube or stuff like
So,
that. You see, like everyone's like, "Oh, well, I'm using a PDM unit instead of a traditional."
Right. I would definitely use a PDM if I had a serious engine. That is
Yeah.
the only reason, and to save the engine. That would be it. Like there's, in my view, in my perspective, my mindset, like the PDM is just so far ahead of itself. Like it's for a rocket ship. You know what I mean? Like it's new cars have CAN because they add all these extra features you're never going to use.
Yeah,
Like how many buttons are on your new cars?
Right.
And it's all through the CAN. But they can't even get the computers for them. So it's like, what's the point?
yeah.
Right.
So you've
Why
got
not
the
just wire
solid
some
state.
fuses? I can wire solid state resistors right into this and it'd
Yeah.
do the same thing. Yeah.
Because actually, that unit there looks fairly similar to the unit I'm trying to replace. So maybe we might be able to just pop one of those in there instead.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love these little
I
fuses.
mean, it's right outside.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we're gonna look at it.
Yeah,
You know?
okay. Yeah, absolutely. So I actually came upon these because the Bussman fuse blocks, which I was super happy with, became like non-existent.
Yeah.
There's just they were like over $100 for one at one point, and I was like, that's insane. And
What-
everyone was using these.
A huge thing that, and you've said it multiple times, you're truly concerned with the overall cost.
It adds up so fast, it'd blow your mind. Like, I use over 100 BMW pins, and they're $1 each.
Yeah.
Or two, depending on the gauge, because the fuel pump needs a thicker one, so it's more. like you're like, oh, it's $1. Oh, it's $2. You know, it's just $10 a connector.
Yeah.
Well, now you need 20 connectors.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So like,
it's just good to hear that you're conscientious of
Everything.
wow, I could pass this along to the customer, or I could look for a better
another
solution.
solution, right? We want to provide people with a chassis harness that will keep them and their vehicle safe. Like that's our main goal. We don't ever want you to have a problem with that. And it spirals so fast. Like you don't even realize. Like a Deutsch connector is like $10.
Right.
Oh no,
You know what I mean? Like it
it
just
spirals out of control.
Yeah, and then you got
rapidly.
heat shrink, you got ring end connectors, spade connectors,
The wrap.
You're like the wrap,
The
the
wire.
loom, different gauges of wire.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, I can do that. Well, feel free to bust one out.
Dude, I'm telling you right now,
my
like,
wire collection is thousands of dollars. Like it is.
Yeah.
It's like I think I calculated the other day when I added more. It was like $4,500 in just
Yeah.
wire, like sitting there just chilling.
Yeah.
like we redid my 302 harness, and I thought we were doing like a decent job. And then you see this, and you're like, no.
Yeah, right.
This looks like Ray Charles, you know, was fucking around with some fucking shrink wrap.
Hashtag Stevie can wire.
Yeah, Stevie
Yeah.
can wire. And like, and then just after talking to you for a short period of time, I'm like, okay, I used the wrong heat shrink wrap.
Yep.
This shit that I got to wrap the wires, garbage.
The loom from where'd you get it? eBay or Amazon?
Amazon, but it's
Yeah,
just
I can
Alex
tell,
Tech
like-
for like regular wires.
Is it
like,
the split one?
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
But I did that for ease of like.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Yeah.
I got the not wrap one
He
because
had
I
the
was gonna
sleeving
deepen.
like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this will be good, but like high heat gets brittle.
Yep.
Because it was never for that. I was just like, well, I've done it before. Maybe it'll be all right. I mean, that motor gets hot. It's fucking. I mean, what I have to tell you,
It's a spicy meatball.
yeah, what you think is gonna be quality very quickly shows its true colors after a year of drifting.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, you're the applications that these are being used for. Again, big difference between normal car, race car.
Yeah.
There's reasons things are, you know.
Right.
And all that shit's oil proof, right? You said.
Yeah, this is oil resistant, fray resistant. And
Oh yeah, it can like smash up on shit and not fray.
Yeah, exactly.
And mine's like looks like a cactus.
The second you like cut yours, it's already fraying.
Yeah, mine. You cut it and it looks like a fucking bomb went off of there.
Yeah.
And then the as you try and keep it from fraying, it's just getting worse and
It's
worse.
getting worse. Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like
The
you
more you
dipped
touch
it in
it,
like nacho
yeah.
cheese, like
Yeah.
it's just dripping.
So it's kind of funny because plumbing and wiring don't really go hand in hand, but there is something that I definitely took from all my years in the plumbing trade, and it's basically if you cut one corner, you're gonna cut another corner and
Yeah.
another corner.
Yeah.
And then what happened to your finished product when you started off and you cut some corners and you took the easy way?
Yeah.
And now
The
you're
overall
finished.
product.
Right. Now the end result isn't what you want it to be.
Yeah.
You know, now you just cut a corner here, you cut a corner there, you took the easy route, and it's not what you envision in the end. You know, so you with these, every crimp, every pin, every wire, every piece of loom, everything has to be perfect. I interviewed somebody and I was like, oh, crimp this for me, you know, and, you know, they didn't really like squeeze too hard. So I showed them, right? I was like, all right, not a problem. I was like, would you like me to show you? So I showed him and I like squeezed this thing so hard. The kid was like, what? And I'm like, every single one has to be like that, no exception. And he
Yeah.
was like, I was like, dude, if this isn't for you, I'm
Yeah.
not like going to be upset. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
This is not, this isn't even for most people that think they're for this, you know,
Yeah.
like you have to be a little bit unhinged and have OCD to do this.
Yeah.
Like without a doubt. To just sit there all day, just squeezing a pair of pliers.
I'm down to come by and help.
Dude, come through.
I want to do it
Come to my little sweatshop.
because I wanted to make my own harness right from the get go, and like I said, first try. Listen, it's okay. The car ran for a year.
Hey, that's what's important, you know. it runs.
But I could do it better. I know I can, but it's just like I don't know. It's very interesting to me.
it's so nice to see like a proper finished product. You know what I mean? Like you see it and you're like, yeah, I did that. Like,
Yeah.
No,
I
it's
invented
truly-
that. I built that. Like it's a proud moment.
That's
Yeah.
why I'm redoing my car, 100% from the ground up. Because I slammed that shit together because I was like, I'm driving this year. I don't care.
Yeah, absolutely. We've all been there.
And then at the end of the year, I was like, this is so
Sketch.
disgusting, and like I hate that I did this, but like I had fun, but like now it's time to like make it professional.
Yeah.
Right.
Take another approach.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I love the questions. These are great.
Safe to say you're plenty busy.
Looks like, what do we got? Motor on the brain? Well, we already covered.
Motor on the brain. What's up, Justin?
We can't cover
Do you provide
exactly-
any other wiring services? No, dude, you know that.
Come on, man.
You know I don't do a home
So you
electrical.
telling me is this guy's a plant?
We got a plant.
He's a plant.
He's a
We got a
plant.
plant.
Yeah, I paid him to say that.
Here, it would be really nice if you asked him this.
Yeah.
Motor on the Brain is asking what kind of other chassis are you going to make harnesses for? And the next one will be a 350Z.
I was going to say, yeah, thankfully
news.
you spilled
Yeah.
the beans on that one
Yep,
for us.
we folded and decided to tell everybody.
We'll take some other questions from the phone and all, but last kind of big question. What's the most difficult harness you built or vehicle?
The E36. It's very in depth. The E36 has a lot in it, so it's very time consuming and tedious. You can't overlook anything.
Yeah.
But the biggest hurdle so far was to trick can in the E46. It's a serious thing. I think it took me almost a week to figure out how to trick can in different ways.
Yep.
Because the E46 2-door and 4-door have different tail light wiring, where the E36 it's all the same connector and it's a different pin out, but the E46 it's just totally different, and it has dynamic braking. So when I started to research this, I would ask in like a wiring group, I'd be like, hey, has anyone ever done anything? I have a power and a ground, but the bulb that the power goes to has 2 filaments. Has anyone ever done? So I can trick it like I did with the front corner lights. But the thing is, it's tricky to. I don't want to give away what I did, but it's tricky to mess with can. Like it's no joke to fool it.
Is the can system just sending different
Yeah,
voltages?
it sends different voltages. Yeah,
Okay.
so we have to add a brake pedal switch to our E46 harness because the factory brake pedal just gives out different can voltage to the BCM.
In a way, I kind of get it. It's a
Yeah.
way of, all right, this switch operates at this voltage to do this.
Yeah, for the dynamic braking. So like the E46, if you slam on the brakes, your lights get silly bright, like really bright.
Okay.
To illuminate and let people
Right,
know,
so,
hey, I'm
hey,
braking. Big brake.
I'm a
Yeah.
porcupine. I'm going to stab you, or
Yeah.
you're going to rear end me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
It's like a rattler.
Right,
yeah,
right, exactly.
It's gonna tell you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Problem ahead. Tesla doesn't do that. They just drive into you.
Ram right into it.
yeah. So that was a big hurdle, and a lot of people want me to do an E90 next, right? And
Woof.
No,
So
Yeah,
that's what one thing I was going to ask as well is just like
that sounds terrible.
stepping into the more modern stuff.
yeah.
Oh boy.
Actually, BMW did away with a lot of the nonsense on the E46 and went back to most of the generic stuff like
Okay.
they did on the E36 for the E90.
Yeah.
So
That was actually going to be a
it's a little
question
easier.
of mine as well because I see a lot more E90s out there.
Yeah, E90s are getting super popular because you can get them with like a pop motor for like $2-3 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and they're a sweet platform to start
Throw a
And
LS in
SLR
or-
said,
with. Big brakes.
you want gang angle? We got you.
Yeah, right.
Also, yeah, 335 is the fastest car in the world too, which is nice. Lots of good enthusiasts driving those
Supra.
things. Yeah, the new Supra.
You yourself, you mentioned drifting.
Mhm.
Do you still get out there? Get a chance to get out there?
That's a loaded question. I've been drifting since like 2010 on and off. And I had a little stint where I went and became like a ski bum in Vermont and kind of
Love
like
it.
lived my life, you know. Just
Praise
was
God.
free. Yeah, it was a blast.
God.
I suggest everyone just
Were you
go
a
take
lifty?
a couple years. Hell no, I was a bartender.
Oh, making real money.
Not that there's
bumping
anything wrong with
chairs.
the lifties. We love you guys.
Just saying, there's better career choices out there on the hill.
I like to be warm.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
that's awesome.
yeah, but I took the last 2 years off because I didn't have a trailer at first, and that was a hurdle. And then we were trying to buy a house, so I was super focused on buying a house. And then we bought the house, so then I was like, everything was fixed the house, and I've taken 2 years off. And a lot of my friends give me flack because like the drift car just like sits there collecting dust. So I send them a video every once in a while of like the leaf blower blowing off the dust.
There
and
you go.
stuff. So that'll keep them in tune. And I can't wait to get back out there. Like, I love it. And a lot of people don't know this, but I didn't actually get into drifting to go tandem and, you know, go be flashy with a hot boy kid, even though I have one. And I got into drifting because I don't get arrested. I can go to a track. I can be
Right.
safe. If I crash, they'll take care of me.
The worst thing that's going to happen is Michael Lynch is going to yell at you for ruining the dirt.
He's an E-Town boy.
So
Oh, okay.
I am
Okay.
I am an E-Town guy. I got my shirt.
Club Blues.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm the guy when at Lock City Drift, when Englishtown went for a field trip, I'm the guy that dirt drop and covered the entire, not a few people. I covered everybody in dirt. That was me. I don't know if anyone was there that day at the Club Loose field trip to Lock City Drift.
Lock City Drift has entered the
I
chat.
dirt dropped, dude. I dirt dropped so bad, like multiple people were coming up to me, like, "You can never do that again." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll just go through the fence and run everybody over."
Yeah.
I just won't commit next time. Like,
I get hit by a rock from Turek.
Ryan
So,
Turek, right? Yeah.
You know what? We all make
I
mistakes.
saved that goddamn rock.
What is
Yeah, I never wash that leg.
what's your car stable look like?
so right now, registered or
Doesn't
running,
matter.
What's Daddy got in the
or-
stable?
Yeah.
So inside the garage, we have my full E36 M3 clone. And when I say full clone, I changed the brake booster and master.
That's
a
my guy.
huge thing overlooked. You can put M3 brakes on your E36 and it's like, oh yeah, they're better braking. But without that brake booster and master, so it's the brake master bias. Without the correct bias, your brakes won't work correctly. So that's a huge thing people overlook. And it's a Dynan stage, whatever. I don't know. I got the fuel pressure regulator, the tune, the intake, the throttle body, like all that stuff. That thing's a fun little ripper. Then I have the LQ4 swapped E36, which has a whole bunch of M stuff. With a T56, that's the drift car. Right now I have Alpine white E36 in the driveway. That's just kind of like hanging out because I was like, wow, you can't buy these anymore. And some kid had one, so I bought it. I got in 2004 or 5 E46. So what happened with this is in my town, some kid was like, yeah, my motor blew up. And I'm like, sick, dude, I'll totally come buy that, just for the factory cat. I can like scrap the cat and use the car for R&D. And so I got the car and I bring it home. I wouldn't let him start it or anything. And I bring it home and I checked the oil. He's like, it's blown up. And I checked the oil. There's literally no oil in this thing. So I was like, all right, let me just like drop some used oil in it and just like see what happens.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right,
Like, drop
right.
some clean used oil just to see.
Right. Nothing to lose at that point.
So, yeah, so like I fire it up and it's just backfiring through the intake. I put like a mirror underneath the intake and it's just a huge rip, like a huge rip. And I'm like, oh man, it's not even blown up. It just needs an intake boot.
I love it.
That's sitting for warm weather until I can like mess with the intake boot. It's also up for sale because I'm trying to like fund like everything all at once.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be bringing the drift car into Nils for a cage. So I might be selling the E46 to offset that. I have I don't even know what it is, a Nissan Armada in my backyard, just chilling. It just randomly showed up and then wouldn't start and it never left. So now it's like in my backyard and I've been like pulling parts off it.
Yeah.
I have my lovely Honda Accord. I got my 04, 05 Accord. I love that thing. Like I just drove 2.5 hours to get here.
Right.
cruising
Just,
on it.
yeah.
The whole time it loved it. It was
Yeah.
like, cool, thanks. I was like, oh yeah, cool, thank you.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
And then I have a 2002 Cadillac Escalade that's all tricked out for towing.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's a rig.
So like it's so crazy because like I'll be driving my 20-year-old Escalade around and people are like brake checking me and like trying to swerve into me. I'm like, this is worth like $1,000. Right? I know it has an Escalade emblem, but like
Right. No,
You
it's
got
just the
got
persona
airbrushing
of
on
that
it?
car.
yeah.
Get some chromes on
Got
that thing.
airbrushing on that bad
So
boy.
I did. I had some 22-inch modern
Oh, okay.
Escalade rims on it.
Oh, the 22-inch Lowenharts.
Yeah.
That shit hits. My mom had those.
That slaps. So I took them off for winter, obviously.
Yeah. Don't you went to 21-inch
I'll
chromes for the
never
winter?
forgive you for the black M3 vert. I'm really sorry. I parted out so many M3s, guys. I have no remorse for it though.
That's how it goes.
Like, how many M3s E36? All right, so just M3s in general. Like how much? Like just a random number. How many How many E36 M3s do you think I've parted out over the years? I've been doing this for like 12 years.
I'm gonna go 14.
I'll go 8.
I'm gonna go 18.
He doesn't.
I don't know. Austin and you guys parted out cars.
Remember when Austin was like, "If you find a car, let me know. I'll buy it." And I was like, "Dude, if I found it,
I'm gonna buy
Like,
it. That's
yeah.
what we both
I
said.
was
That
like,
I'm like, you just asked a crackhead to give you crack.
right? Yeah, I'm not sharing.
I would say like 30.
It was 12. I parted
12
out
solid.
12.
Dozen
And
of 'em.
it's like wild because if I just in the last 2.5 years, I parted out like 5 of them right before the prices.
The
went crazy.
gigantic spike, yeah.
So I'm like sitting in my house looking at like all these pictures because I like to save the gas door and the key, and I have a picture of it, so like I frame it as like a little memento.
Yep.
Like, I ruined this car, and so I was just sitting there like, wow, I like really ruined all these cars. One of them was so rare. Everybody was freaking out. I was getting like death threats. It was an Imola red E36 M3 Vert. And there was like one of 12. And I was like, yeah, I'm parting this out.
What made it so rare?
It's an Imola red Vert.
Oh, I wouldn't think that'd be a rare.
Nobody
It's
ordered it.
super rare.
Yeah, I don't know who needs.
It's like everybody freaks
Can we
out
look
over.
it up? Can we look up how many there actually are?
Shook,
I'm up.
Yeah.
bring it up.
Yeah, see what you can find.
E36 M3 Imola red. IMO. Yep, you got it. Yep, right there. Oh yeah, she's nice.
A
Good
bowl of
color.
yellow, a bowl of red. Who knows?
Let's say
Production.
Production.
What color interior were you
Production
going?
number.
Was it a mold
It was
red
black.
on red?
It was red on black. It was super sweet, but it was. It had a lot of wiring problems. Go figure.
If you only knew a guy.
Yeah, if I only knew a guy back then.
let me see.
This
if
looks like a typical Bimmer Forums.
Yeah,
They're just
it's
gonna
just
start bashing each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine's
Well,
better.
I think in 1997.
Yeah.
Well, mine has a smoker's package.
Three. It was like 3 of 98 or something, and that was for all the years.
I chartered the Nissan guy to smell my seats.
Yeah, right.
Is he for hire?
He says it is the best smell.
Um,
C3M coupe.
there wasn't many. There like
Either
people
way,
were
yeah.
like I wouldn't meet anybody. I was like so nervous. I'm like sitting in my truck with my gun, like, oh my god, are they gonna try and rob me? Like, are they gonna try and like beat me with a bat?
Take
like
this car.
Dude, I was like like I was wondering like people are gonna follow me home. Like I could not believe how upset the E36 community got over that. And I was just like, cool, I'm still doing it.
Yes, sounds
And
about
she's
right.
gone.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Let's see.
but no, my buddy helped me get the latest one, and you know how like everyone knows what a barn find is here, but the last E36 I got was a porch find. It was hidden under a porch for 10 years, and it was sitting.
Good place to hide
Porch
one.
find. Yeah. No one ever looked.
I
Yeah.
would.
Who
I
thinks
would
to
not
look
look
under the
there.
porch. Like,
Yeah,
That's where I left that damn thing.
good place to
I
hide
knew I
it.
had an M3 around here.
Damn it! I built a porch over it again.
Sure, you're gonna be looking for that forever.
Yeah. I'll find it and I'll send it to you guys. It's not many. Like per year, it was so minimal.
Yeah,
Either way,
That's dude, people were freaking out. They're like, the Imola red Vert, the Imola red. And I'm just like, you want parts? Like, I don't get it.
What do you need? I'll cut you some-
you want me to use a Sawzall?
cut you some fenders off.
Yeah.
Oh, 50 for the United Kingdom.
Yeah, that's an M3 Evolution.
405 paint with the
Oh, that's
Napa
the
leather.
Evolution
No.
one. I don't know how much different that is.
Yeah, that's
no,
very
that's-
different.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
those
is
didn't come here.
big
Yeah.
baller. That's basically what the equivalent of an S54 engine is today. And
Right.
the
Yeah, that was the big dog motor.
that was serious stuff.
I'm sure we're gonna get a call back on this. Somebody's gonna know.
Someone's gonna be mad that I parted it out.
Still complaining.
The plumber find under the porch. That's right. We went to this guy's house to plumb, and this dude just had an E36 M3 under his porch.
There you go.
Yeah, it was like the best day ever. And for me, not my buddy.
It's going out there plumbing.
Yeah, you're just slowing
Picking up
things down while
rides.
trying
Yeah.
to buy a car.
Yeah, exactly. Productivity went way down.
We only have a few questions this week. We'll get into some of our questions, but seriously, thank you, Sean, for coming to hang
Yeah,
out.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you, man.
you.
That's awesome.
Educating us on stuff,
Thanks for having me. This was
showing your
awesome.
product.
Yeah, it was cool, and I finally told everyone that that
350
kid's car
Z.
the
was
next thing
fire.
coming. Yeah.
And what's your Instagram? People can find you at.
Everything is chassis harness. So it's
Chassis
chassisharness.com, facebook.com/chassis harness, instagram.com/chassis harness. And I think we even had a Twitter that one day when Facebook went down. I told you my Facebook's radioactive. And
Yes, sir.
It was funny because none of my friends told me that their Facebook was down, and they were totally messing with me. They were like, dude, you got deplatformed. They booted you. And I was like, oh, dude, they probably did. Like,
Happens
they
to the
were
best
just-
of us.
they were messing with me so bad. And then I was like, hey, it's back. And they're like, yeah, dude, we know.
All the outlets.
Yeah.
So let's see. These are some random questions that were sent in for us.
Yeah, fire
and
away.
please feel free to answer them as well. So let's see. Tyler, say what?
Tyler, say what?
If there was a memory you could relive one more time, what would it be?
It would be drifting my clapped out blue Fox body in front of Extra Martin Brewster by the firehouse sideways in third gear.
There you go.
So what a lot of people don't know is that the Fox body has like 16 or 18 degrees of front like turning radius.
Yeah.
It's like absolutely nothing. But because I would come in so hot and the suspension was so clapped, it would just like wobble through the turn. It was
And
awesome.
also, third gear with a T5 is like 1,000 miles an hour. I'm
So
pretty sure
what's funny is I would never blow second gear in my T5s. It would always be third gear.
that's the weak one.
Second gear is the weak one.
Is the second?
Yeah, because everyone would bang second. I'd never.
Right, that was the
I would
Fall
never-
River gear.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
my idea
yeah.
was, I was like, I'm gonna bang third and I'll save second for when I'm racing. You know, like I'll be nice on second. I'm
Yeah.
gonna just manhandle
Save it
third.
for when I need it.
Yeah,
Let's see.
that was a good question.
It was a good question. Kevin401.
Kevin 401.
What are some of your biggest pet peeves about other drivers overall?
Other drivers?
On the road?
Oh my god.
No, I mean, what do you think they are?
So I almost got T-boned by a police officer coming here. So,
That sounds correct.
he came
Yeah.
out of like an abandoned lot and he just like drove straight onto the road and I slammed on the brakes and he like saw me and was like, "Yeah, what up?"
Yeah,
I was like,
do something.
That's
"Yeah,
blue
you know what I
privilege.
mean?" I was like, "Whoa, easy."
Got that blue
you know,
privilege, man.
I don't really like. I like people, especially car people. Like these are my people. You know. I mean, there's been a few times where like someone will cut you off and be like, "This motherfucker." You know?
Right,
But like
right.
that's like the extent of it. You know.
I think my newest thing is guys that like they're like shadow boxing that they're gonna get in your lane and they're just not putting the blinker on. And you're like, just put the blinker on, I'll let you in.
Right.
And they're just like
Right.
We
Kinda
can't tell anyone where we're going.
they're just like
Yeah.
kind of moving over. You're like, just put the blinker on. I don't care. You
Yeah.
can go in front of me.
The
and
blinker is the way
And
to
you're slowing
communicate.
down, and they're still not putting the blinker on. And like, I've really chilled out because I used to be I just run them off the road and be a fucking psycho. But now I'm just like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get there whenever.
Yeah, what does it
But
matter?
like, it really bothers me when someone's like, you can see like they're creeping to cut in. You're like, okay, just put the blinker on. Seriously, that's.
So
And if you're from New England, you get it.
Speaking of blinkers, someone was a wise guy, and I don't know, it was like a couple months ago maybe. They messaged me and they were super cool about it, and it was really funny. And they were like, point blank, they were like, "Why are you wiring blinkers into a BMW?" And I was like, "Oh, dude, you got me."
There you go.
Good one.
Let's see. Kevin401.
Kevin 401.
Corey, are you watching the Winter Olympics?
Hell yeah. Winter Olympics is kicking ass.
What's your favorite discipline so far?
I mean, I'm big curling.
I was going
Huge.
to say, curling is sick.
Dude, I saw two-man luge on TV today at work. At
The dudes
lunch.
laying on each other?
You got to be close with the opponent for that stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Jamaica.
that's super-
Jamaica coming back with the four-man
I
team.
saw that Jamaica's
Yeah.
coming back for my team. I
Yeah,
love
some-
that. I watched Cool Runnings this last weekend.
Yeah.
Some people, they say they can't believe, but Jamaica does have a bobsled team.
Yeah.
I'm boycotting the Olympics though.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Why?
You
Because
see
it's
the
in
new-
like a nuclear zone.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
You see that?
Dude,
I
it
mean,
looks
you
like
can't
some,
even
like,
find it
Call of
on
Duty.
Google, but if you go the
Yeah.
jump,
Yeah.
it's
Oh, yeah.
like in the middle of. It looks like
It looks like you're being dropped into like a Call
It
of
looks
Duty
like what
war zone.
was that show that video game where you're like in the future Fallout? It's like it's
Fallout,
in
yeah.
Fallout.
Right,
You're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah, so it used to be a steel mill.
We're on our way to
apparently.
Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Yeah, it used to be a steel
Yeah, it's
mill.
crazy.
It's 100% in the middle of nowhere, and they show it right now. If you're watching the Olympics, like they do because that's the big air jump.
Yeah.
They'll do like a huge aerial, got to be like a helicopter or something view, and you can see it's just
Misery as
in the
far as
middle
you
of
can go.
nowhere.
Yeah, it's not
It's
snow,
just
that's
gray
a nuclear
everywhere.
Plus, they're
fallout.
butt swabbing everybody for
Yeah.
COVID. I'm out.
Here's a look into the future, kids.
But the big air stuff there. I was telling Josh like some guy did a 2160. I was like, I don't even
Doesn't
know.
make sense.
How do they
Somebody
count that?
rotation?
Do you think they have to like slow the video
Oh,
down? Like,
100%.
like, all right, one,
Yeah.
two.
They slow
like-
it down a ton, and then
So
like
where's that job? Can I apply for that? I want to sit there and be like,
Olympic
all right, do it
judge?
again.
Yeah.
just
Rewind it.
gotta shred the gnar, man.
yeah, a big Olympics guy.
You know, there's a curling facility like that in Mass.
I had no idea.
Can we go?
We can go.
Can't
Let's
we?
Like they have like
We got a
open.
four-man team
They have
right here.
open days.
I'll supervise, but
Wait,
don't
are we
ask much.
bobsledding?
Like-
No, like
No,
the
curling.
ice curling
Two-man?
with the sweeper.
Yeah.
Two-man races.
Do you
Yeah.
get four to play? I thought it was two person.
It's probably two. Yeah.
I want to do the scrubbing.
Oh wait, no, because isn't there two scrubbers?
Yeah, dude.
Two scrubbers.
There's,
And
what
then
do
a
you call it?
thrower.
There's the four-man team because one of them looks just like Nick Scappa.
I'll scrub.
shout to
Somebody's
Nick.
just
Hey,
gonna
shush,
stand there and
shush,
coach.
Shush.
Bring up.
U.S. men's curling team.
U.S.
Yeah.
men's curling team.
Do
let's
that.
get. There it is.
While you're looking up that, I'll look through some more questions. Let's see. Never finishing projects.
Never finishing projects.
If you had to buy a brand new car to drive for the rest of your life,
There you
what
go,
would
right
you
there.
buy?
Look at that. U.S. men's curling team right
Oh
there.
my God.
Also, homeboy is third one in from the left. He fucking blew it. Not him. That's the one that kind of looks like
The
Nick
guy with the
Scappa.
lettuce.
Yeah. No, not the lettuce guy.
Oh, the lettuce
all
guy
have
looks like
lettuce.
Scap if he didn't have the lettuce.
Yeah, if you go back to 2018, he looks more like Scappa there.
Oh, I like him with the lettuce.
Oh, he's way better with the lettuce.
That's my level of Olympic level bodies. You know what I mean?
Right. Athlete.
That's an athlete.
These guys are just looking for something to do to get away from their wives, and they somehow ended up in
Look
the
at him
Olympics.
using some. What shoes are those, Corey?
Those are what the dunks.
I know those are fucking Nike shoes. My
They're Air
God.
Force Ones.
Well, how about the other guy, Shook?
Air Force Ones and Adidas?
That guy's got the sukas.
The suit.
He's got the blitz.
Yeah, you just saw that. Go up, red shirt. Look at the
God.
form.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
That's majestic.
So serious. He didn't. You could.
That's the yoga.
A girl
He's got
could
the yoga.
flash that guy, and he'd be like, "Nah."
Not today.
This is it, dude.
Not today, bitch.
Tomorrow.
I'm curling. Oh yeah, deep in thought,
Dude,
dude.
please, can we go?
He looks like Jim from The Office, kind of.
Yeah,
A little bit. Yeah,
really
a little
Jim
bit.
in
I
it.
can see it.
Yeah.
I like this.
I mean,
Oh my
Super
God.
serious.
these guys are absolute
That's the last thing you
legends.
see before. Well, whatever.
Look at the form, though. They all have like the same leg movement.
Yeah.
Is it
They
the
have,
O
like,
face? Is
serious-
that what that?
Yeah, it's right about the bit.
These guys are absolute legends.
They
Look
are.
at these gents.
Man,
Are they
were-
crying in that one? Is he crying?
This one?
No, left. Other left. Nope.
With all the yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
this
They,
Oh,
Love
yeah.
to see it.
they
Love
won
to see
an
it.
Olympic gold medal for doing something there on the weekends that they were trying to escape
Look
their
at
wives
this.
from.
Look at these lads right here. Lads. Oh yeah, dude.
So it's
Did
5
these
to a
guys
team.
take it this time?
No, it's 4 for the
Are
team
these
and
guys
one
the gold
coach.
boys right now? Or
And
what?
that's 2018. They haven't yet.
All right,
They
gonna,
will.
though.
They will.
You said 4 to a team and 1 coach?
I think.
Look at the stash. That's a unit on
All right,
that
we're
guy.
a unit. What's our team name?
Ramrod.
Right, cunt.
Team Ramrod.
I wrote it down.
Let's see. Again, never finishing projects to everybody. If you had to buy a brand new car to drive for the rest of your life, what would you buy?
Honda Civic SI.
E63 AMG wagon.
Yeah.
See you.
I'd like buy whatever car and then sell it. Buy a bunch of older cars.
Other cars?
Yeah. I'd be like, all right, this one car's worth 80 grand. I can buy like a couple cool cars, and I can buy like maybe a Subaru to like not blow up. And then,
Yeah.
you know,
That E63 wagon.
It's tough to beat.
Pimp though, right?
Pretty stellar
I might-
choice.
yeah.
That's the be all end all as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned. I mean, it's
Yeah.
expensive as hell.
Checks a lot of boxes.
It's probably like today's prices.
Checks all the boxes.
890
and then some.
36s.
Yeah, something like that. Probably like one M3.
Yeah, or one M3.
Yeah. Last couple here. Sigma Woodcrafts.
Sigma
Uh,
Woodcraft.
Can we get a combination / explanation / update of the sad place?
The sad place. Oh, in Young Ben's yard.
Yeah.
The sad place has been relatively not sad. I think it's just
He's maturing.
he's maturing. There's only one car there, and it's the one that's been there like since I moved to where I live, which is probably 12 years ago, before Ben was destroying cars. It's just a Monty. I think it's his dad's Monty, like the bad body, like LS3 King likes.
Yeah.
But I don't think it has a good motor.
Yeah.
And not the bad body. It's not that bad, but come on, it's not
Just
a
the
G
different
body.
body.
It's not a G body.
Drop an LS right in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
to go.
that's the only thing in the sad place. I'll have a look when I go back today, but it's believe me, I'd come to the podcast, it'd be the first thing I said if there was another car in the sad place. I mean, we've talked about having Young Ben back on for a Young Ben life update, so hit us up in the chat if you like that idea.
Yeah, if you want to hear from Young Ben. We'll see if we can get him in. And last question, Dexter VW.
Dexter
Kangamangus or Tail of the Dragon? I have not driven Tail of the Dragon.
Tail of the Dragon.
I
is
think you've
so
driven both.
much fun.
Yeah, Taylor Dragon's insane.
It's like what, like 100 and something turns.
Yeah, it doesn't even. It's not even comparable. I mean, the Kangamangus views are better, where Taylor Dragon is like
never ending.
in deep
You're just
woods.
like, I gotta stay on the accelerator.
If
Yeah.
you like if you somehow dipped off that road and just ended up in the woods, you never get out.
No.
There's
It's
an-
the deep. You're driving
There's
through. You're
a-
just like, I can't believe this road is here, and I can't believe how fucking deep these woods are. Like you can't. There's no houses. There's no nothing.
There's a Mark IV R32 a few years back that just flipped during.
Yeah, I remember that.
During
That was
uh,
perfect
yeah.
suspension setup.
Yeah.
Wookiees in the woods.
That was it. Wasn't an air
It
ride
was-
advertisement. Yeah, these things ride great. Whoop! It was like it was a slow turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, something was set up weird on that car. But for real, when I went on the Kank, because I ended up at a wedding down that way, had no idea it was there. I've told the story before, and I was just like, besides the Honda Element Club coming the other way, which was crazy. I've never seen that. Was crazy. I've never seen that many Honda Elements in my life. I was in a Lexus, the long car, 5 million, the LC.
SC?
No,
LC, long car.
LC.
Long car 5,000. And that the hotel let me have for free. And it was insane.
Yeah.
Deep woods. And all you see is people taking pictures. And like at the end, it's like, here's where you can go buy your pictures.
Yeah. Like
So
on
yeah,
a roller
the
coaster.
Kank's insane. But if you're going scenic drive, you're bringing your wife, your significant other, the Kank's gonna do it for you.
Kank's a good drive.
Kank's gonna get her
there's
home.
There's a lot of different.
If you go to the Teledragon with your significant other, and she's not into it. Get fucked.
That's
Motion
easy.
sickness.
And there's nothing good on not there's nothing good, but like there's nothing good and close at either end of it. It's just like you're in the woods, enjoy.
Right. Yeah.
For numerous turns.
Spirited driving. That is going to be it for the questions. I think that covers everything this
Hell
week.
yeah.
Yeah. I think we Shook, we forget anything?
He's sleeping.
Yeah, Shook's out.
He's dozing off.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
As always, thank you for listening. Don't forget to visit our YouTube channel where you can like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Also, check out some of the other shows brought to you by Revival Motoring, Talking Motorcycles, Topics Under the Stairs, and the Circle Jerks podcast. Visit our website for more information and maybe some advertising opportunities coming up. That is going to do it for us this week.
Peace.
Thank you guys for
That's it.
listening.
Yeah. Thanks for
See
having me
ya.
on here, guys.
Thanks for coming, man. It's been awesome.
We'll be back next week, and, stay thirsty.
All right. Who
Later.
wants me to wire
Bye.
the car first?
Peace.
Comment, subscribe,
Mash that like button. Treat it like it owes you money.
beat the shit out of it
Kick the
nicely.
fucking shit out of that thing.